Alright, session is begun. So party, it is day 218. Despite the most recent thing in actions, other than end of session being that of the morning, the party did travel without event for most of the day, except for the satyrs, who did a cure light wounds on the cleric, who appears to be sleeping at this time. And yeah, it is now nighttime. The party has stopped and made camp. Who's on watch first? Apologies, I
Let's
had to go
check
on mute.
formation. Okay, that's us outside. Let's see. Hold on. Travel. Oh, watch. Watch schedule. 3-hour shifts.
Well, can you
Vasa,
drow?
Vasa, Cleric, Belvin, and Miss Walker.
And I believe I said we were going to switch up to 4-hour shifts since the cleric is so hurt, unless the cleric is somehow able to pull their shit together.
She appears to be sleeping, we were told.
Okay, in that case, yeah, 4-hour
4-hour
shift.
shifts.
Alright, 4-hour shifts. Who's on shift first?
Vasa.
Alright, go girl. Cold shot to the leg? No. Okay.
I don't know how to put this.
No, I'm gonna re-roll that. A little too close to a city to use that.
He might be.
That, on the other hand, I can use. One moment, please, gentlemen.
But he might be Hispanic. I don't actually know. I've never asked.
Oh, arms. Okay. You'll be fine, probably. Alright, so Jaziel departs as he does at the thing, and Vasa, you begin taking watch. Alright, if you're doing anything special for watch, now is a good time to designate.
Alright, I'm trying to remember. We have the wagon, correct?
Yeah, y'all should have the wagon.
Okay, yes. In that case, Dungeon Master, setting up the fakes. The padded armor mannequins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course that's not special. That was
and just like last time we camped with the unconscious cleric, I will be sleeping in the back of the wagon with her.
Kinky.
He's big into cars. He also has a side business where he details. He does interior detailing. He washes cars too, but that's kind of part of it. And
alright, I'm not gonna max this guy out. I think, yeah, I'll roll him properly.
We'll say $75, give or take.
Should I take
that? Occasionally, he wants to go four-wheel or ATV riding. But
alright.
I mean, he's not more than 20 minutes away from the James River, so.
Okay, Vasa. Out of character chat. So Vasa, you're keeping watch using your standard circling the campsite while inside the firelight routine? Or are you doing anything special I need to know? Vasa North.
Oh, come on, I want to know what got said so bad.
Elvish, Orcish, Satyr, and Common in case it wasn't used. Vasa, you've been doing a fair bit of reading on Elvish. Let me check. I'll give you that % chance of not having it. Yeah, you do believe you know the Elvish word for spear. I don't recall you learning Orcish yet. Like, you had a book, but you haven't perused it properly. As far as Satyr, likewise, I don't recall you ever learning Satyr. But go ahead and type up, because Elvish, that checks out. You've made a point of reading that book. You're fairly good with it. Orcish and Satyr, though, those I question.
He wasn't raised by satyrs, was he?
No, he was brought to a monastery as a child. Opposite direction of travel would be west. My bad, East. You learned a bit from Mead. Satyr was iffy. Okay, so you don't really have Satyr and Orcish. It's possible you might have Spear. Let me check. No, you do not have Spear. Alright. That being said, you're going to do the best you can, and none of those words are going to work. But that's after Watch. During Watch, I have you correct that you're just circling as you normally do, keeping an eye out for shit. Third. Okay. Velvin outside firelight. Insert direction here. Okay, Velvin is to the south. Mead.
Nope, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in the wagon.
In the wagon.
Cleric.
Yeah.
Xavier, likewise, is. I guess I'll put him towards where the wagon would be. Okay. So, Gork Girl, you are of 8th level, are you not? You have an intelligence of that, so I'll give you that percent chance, because you got a good perception score. That said, that's a nope.
Goat Girl is level 8 with a perception of 15.
Well, intel 15, perception 19.
Yes.
Alright, let me go get something started here.
I feel like this thing's either invisible or in the ethereal, and it's like going to call shot me and I'm going to fucking die.
Maybe. I need to check.
Especially now I've done what?
Maybe.
That's not a shot on you, that's just...
You do tend to use called shots. Yeah, so.
Especially on Vasa.
Well, Vasa, I took a quick poke at actions to see how frequently you use called shots, because this is an intelligent creature. It reasonably would, and yeah, you do. I'm going to say it's smart enough to use it on you if you're smart enough to use it on them, and you will probably want to use it on them. So, Vasa,
right now.
Oh, you'll be fine. You have a good armor class when you're aware of things, which you're not, so you're armor class 10, which means the called shot is...
You've got stone skins right now, right?
This is true. Yeah, stone skin would negate a physical attack.
No, I don't have stone skin.
You don't have a stone skin?
No.
Rip.
I lost my stone skin to that previous encounter.
Yeah, so did I. I just got mine filled back up.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it saved me from a crit, but still.
Moving forward. Hit him, Dungeon Master. Hit him.
Yeah. So yeah, Vasa.
Swing at him. Swing at him.
Yeah. Gong. I wish. Vasa, you're effectively armor class 10. The creature attacks as a vet. Vasa, something strikes you from behind. Let's see.
Where am I hit and how much damage?
You do take 4 points of damage. I'm gonna be nice here since you don't have a stone skin, although really I shouldn't. Anyways, 4 points of damage, small of your back, if you will, essentially. Something did try and sneak attack you, but the DM isn't. No, nah, because 4 to the head might kill you. Regardless.
This is going to fucking suck for me, but hey, if you play your monsters intelligently.
Alright. Vasa, what's your total hit points? Let's look it up.
47.
47, okay. 47, that's one of 12. Yeah, that's not a killing thing. 4 points to the head, though. Ow. And as you, you start dodging, duck and weave, and whatever it is you want to do, actually, go ahead and tell me what you want to do. Nil.
Hold on, I need to put this...
So you're the goat girl. You've got the head to take it.
We do actually kind of need to talk about this. Was this blunt?
This is blunt.
It was a blunt attack. We do need to kind of talk about, satyrs in regard to blunt headshots, because they have a harder head than humans.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, for what it's worth, 15% would be about 7.05, so call it 8. Maybe 10. This is important.
I think that's the simplest way to fix the satyr hard head thing, is just increase the percentage a bit.
Yeah, I'm not expecting them to get like a be-all, end-all for
No.
blunt
Alright.
headshot,
Vasa,
but
you blow the signal whistle. The party will need to make perception checks.
Thank
Xavier
God you're a good
passes.
man with that signal whistle.
yes, I am smart.
Oh no.
At 20.
No, 18 is not much better though.
18 of
Yeah.
14. Now, the signal whistle would give you a bonus. I don't know if it would be a +4, all things considered. I'm going to
How
say...
close is it a covered wagon?
No.
I'm going to say not,
On,
unfortunately.
yeah.
4
I
is a bit of a
assume it
thing.
would not get, yeah, I don't think it'd give a +2, but range and...
Mead, you'll have an action this round. It will be slightly delayed as you get up. So Vasa, you spin around as you blow the whistle so you can do those 360 sweeps, or like you're taking the staff and swinging in a circle one way or the other.
Yeah,
And,
basically, if they're close enough, I'm hoping that my staff will, like, collide with them, and I can thus hopefully get an attack off this round.
Alright. Well, Vasa, you swing the staff around, and we'll cover that in a second. Behind you, menacingly close, is a horrifying monster. It is a massive, well, I say massive, it's a large black horse with flaming hooves and ash coming out of its eyes. Give me a saving throw. Not eyes out of its nose. It's a nightmare. It's not Jaziel.
I'm glad it's not
Okay,
Jaziel.
saving throw 14.
14, okay, that should probably save versus the smoky breath thing that would give you a -2 to hit. That said, the monster attacks thrice per round, and you do not. Give me a... very clever, Ecroromede. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
Okay. 2.
2. Alright, that doesn't really matter too much for you, but this will come in later with some other things. Alright, you're currently armor class 4.
Yep.
Nice.
Nightmares can hit me pretty easily.
This one misses
Yeah,
its first attack versus you. You may give me the roll to hit on that spin.
You're gonna have a bitch of a time hitting him though.
Ten.
Nope.
Yep, that's a fail. Okay, at this point, Ecroromede, you're getting on up. This thing should be able to get its second attack.
No, I'm not getting up. I'm just going straight for the wand.
Going straight for the wand. And for what it's worth, the wand, you know, there are somatic components, and really somatics, you need to be standing up to do them, unless the spell specifies otherwise. Likewise, there's verbal components. You typically whisper your things, though. Anyways, I need to check if this creature hit. Strikes on that table. Armor class 4 would hit on that. Yeah, that's a hit. Alright, so the bite is what got you from the back. That being said, now I get to roll this.
Oh, it was the bite, not the hoof?
They start with the bite attack, but the bite was the last thing that just missed. 7 points of damage. This is just general damage, though.
Yeah, that was just general damage.
Okay. Let's see. Xavier is up, and at this point he's probably cowering. Let's see. Okay, Chromie, you get out the wand. I need to check casting time of that. Wand of Polymorph. I think it's like 3 segments. Could be mistaken.
Is he polymorphing the fucking nightmare?
That's
That's so ingenious.
Each function requires 3 segments, 1 charge. Okay. So you begin...
Character. Velvin, this is your black horse you've been waiting for.
It's getting turned into a frog, though.
To Chromede, you begin mumbling the command words and making the appropriate hand motions, and if you've got a rhyme, say it now. Otherwise, I get to roll the saving throw. Any rhymes?
Higgledy-heedle, turn into a beetle.
Biggledy-heedle, turn into a beetle! Okay, I need to check the saving throw matrix for that. Nightmares
And
aren't...
this is some surprise.
Uh-huh. If it was unaware of you, that would be true. Alright, so monsters save as fighters unless they've got things like that. This isn't a cleric, thief, or a magic user, so it saves as a fighter. It saves as a versus rod, staff, wand, unless I'm mistaken, or petrification polymorph. Let me check real quick. Excluding polymorph wand attacks. Okay, so it is RSW. Okay. It is a monster of that plus that, which means it saves as a that. Yeah, no, it rolled well enough to save, even with surprise. Alright, so yeah, the green beam shoots out, and the nightmare, you know, it just phases out during the exact second that it needed to. probably to avoid a hit by Vasa. Combat continues. Biggledy-Heedle turn into a beetle. Well done. Let's see. Sure, let's do this.
Hold on. My bad.
No, it still gets its third attack, don't you worry. With all the chaos and such, I'm willing to say that Dave should get a perception check for the end of the round. Someone dice percentage for me.
I got it. 25.
25. Miss, off bounce, penalty 4 to AC, no dex bonus to AC, next attack at -8 to hit. Alright. I know what the Nightmare's doing. At this point, however, new, and Dave, you're entitled to a second perception check at a bonus of 2.
Velvin will take that.
Velvin, yeah.
Even though it's for Dave, Velvin will take it.
Velvin, take it.
Yay!
Like, shut the hell up before I make you start changing your names every time.
Dungeon Master. I assume that if this nightmare had a saddle, you would have told us about that.
Yep, it appears unsaddled.
Okay.
So we might have a
Quick, out of character question.
Go ahead.
Grills? I think it's more for Grills. Or I guess it'd be Dungeon Master too. Does Dactarine control all nightmares?
Maybe.
No.
Son of a bitch. After we gave him a fucking phylactery.
out of character. Or
Obviously. That was all out of character.
I'm afraid I
that'd be
couldn't
meta.
say.
Never mind. I can't say anything.
Now, Velvin, I need that perception check. You passed? Yes. Okay,
Yeah,
so you'll
I
have
rolled
an
it.
action
Yeah.
this round, somewhat delayed.
No problem.
Alright, Grills, you can give me the, initiative roll since Dom did last one.
3.
3. Alright. Okay, now, Ecroromede, you gotta draw your sword, you gotta move over there. You would get your 2 attacks if you can get over there. Velvin, you gotta get up, draw your bow. Vasa, you're just dropping the thing, and you have an initiative score bonus of 1. Call it like a second. Roll to hit.
Who?
That's Vasa with the open hand strike. 11. Okay.
At 8.
Monk, 8th.
I'm hoping this counts.
No, that's a miss.
They fumbled.
Now that is a 11 at 8th. Now fumble would put him to there. Loss of dex would put him to about there. Yeah, no, Vasa, you strike him, but no, hit a bone or something, wasn't able to get the open thing, and he phases invisible, possibly, for a second. Having seen him turn invisible, you can kind of perceive a dark shadow moving around. Ecroromede, likewise, you draw your sword, but poof, it's like he vanished. You've seen Jaziel do it, of course, you know that he might just be in the border.
Yes.
What's that? An intelligent monster shifting out of dimension so he negates his fumble? That being said, party, you're all aware at this point. As the round starts ticking on by, does anyone wish to revise their action as 5 seconds pass?
I am going to keep my bow readied and drawn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Ready to
revising
go for a
mine.
second.
A bunch of random
Yeah.
computer at the moment.
Second, ready for a second open hand strike if needed.
Alright.
Even though
Grill says he's revising, so I'm giving him that time. Otherwise, time is essentially ticking by in a 1-to-1.
I don't know whether or not nightmares have like resistant to non-magical attacks or anything like that. So
And because I've been so vague about it, you won't be able to meta with the knowledge.
yeah.
GG on the polymorph one, call Ecroromede, that was good. Oh, you're ready to shocking grasp, no more subdual.
My partners, one's using a bow, and I don't know if the open hands would count as subdual, so...
Yeah, no,
Thing
unless you
one.
communicate beforehand. For what it's worth, it'd be hard to subdue a nightmare unless you like got them tied up with a rope of entanglement, because they're intelligent enough to not be subdued. You know, it mostly works on very proud creatures like dragons that can't bear the thought of losing, or on stupid things.
Yeah.
Moderately
Man.
intelligent shit isn't going to be very subduable. Yes, Dom.
Man, and since Mead has perfect memory, this will come into play. I was using my staff when I didn't know what this was. When I found out it was a nightmare, I changed to my open hand attacks. Ecroromede has seen me stun people with the open hand strikes.
Stunning and subduing are 2 separate things.
However,
being-
they do in the same
Regard.
thing, which is stopping them from attacking.
Murder that hell horse. Damn it.
Near murder it.
You know he's just gonna fucking phase out when he's almost dead, so.
if he gets the chance.
Yeah, Xavier is sticking close by. At this point, he's caught on, oh shit, that's a Jazeel that isn't friendly. So he's staying right by y'all in case it goes for him.
Since I only got my first attack, would this be my 2-attack round then?
Yeah, you'll get, you consider yourself reset. The music is so epic for the party just waiting. Okay, Velvin. That's round 2 of you having your bow drawn.
You might want to switch that to knocked. Because drawn, you've actually pulled back to
Yeah, I know. But
he's ready to loose, and you know your arm begins to shake a little bit, but you fight it off.
I'm gonna let it fly for one more round, and then I'm gonna unlock it, undraw, just knock.
I do have a question about that, but that can wait till after session.
Go ahead.
Draw strength does play large parts into how long you can draw a bow.
Kind of. Too clunky to use in session. I'm giving them 3 rounds, then a strength check at -1 for each additional round until finally they fail. It's like, okay, you either let loose or you let it down. You can't hold it.
Very fair.
I know, and I'm assuming there's like a standard, it's like, it's always 100 pounds of draw strength or something like that.
I don't think so. I'm just keeping a simple system. Alright, Mead, you doing anything special this round?
Just scanning around, hoping that my innate kind of ability to detect magic based on level and intelligence, I might be able to spot the creature. But otherwise, yeah, just Overwatch like with that.
Well, you scan around, you're not catching it. And yeah, party, round 2 trickles on by, and Velvin, your arm's getting tired.
Alright, freaking, where's Jazeel? He could be going into the ethereal and kicking this thing's ass and sending it back out to us.
He's hunting.
Damn.
Stand down.
Undraw the bow at that point.
Grabbing my staff spear from off the ground.
Velvin, let me increase your odds. So, Dungeon Master, I'll go ahead and start casting the Strength spell.
Ooh, alright. We'll take a turn. Anyone doing anything special during that time?
I will draw my scimitars and be at the ready with them while he casts his spell on me.
Nothing new here.
Okay. Well, about 10 minutes pass or thereabouts, and Ecroromede, you finish your chanting and incantations, and Velvin receives the strength spell, D8.
2.
Okay. Velvin, increase your strength by 2 points.
We got 18-10.
18-10, +1, +3. You went from 17 to 18 to 18-10, obviously.
Sure.
Alright, very good. So at this time, Ecroromede, you've done the strength spell. Velvin, you're strengthened up. Xavier is still staying nearby, but obviously 10 minutes have passed for them. So.
Alright, I'm going back to bed down.
Alright. Xavier will follow suit. He wasn't going to do that till y'all figured it was safe. Vasa and Velvin, what are you two doing? Vasa, you've still got like an hour left to watch by your reckoning.
Question, could I have done a little bit of a thing before?
What's the thing?
Strength spell, bind wounds. And then
yes,
monk
Vasa,
healing.
you can bind wounds and then pull your bullshit monk healing out your ass.
Thank you.
Alright. So bind wounds does 1, and monk healing does...
A d4 plus 2.
Roll it.
Once I see a Ecroromede and the rest of the party going back to bed, I will do the same.
Nice.
I'm almost full HP again.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
After turn, am I able to subtract the 4 damage to my head?
Oh, don't worry, I'll keep track of how much head damage. Your head feels fine. You've bumped into rocks with sterner stuff. You know, after healing. Man, Gina, your kids love you.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I can give a tiny bit of meta here. So the Nightmare was just out hunting, saw the campsite, was like, ooh, food. Went over, figured a headshot, grab it, teleport it into the border, eat it, move on. Goat Girl survived the headshot, and it's like, okay, fine, I'll quickly kill it, but then someone shot some magic shit at it, and people are drawing swords and bows, and it's like, I could probably kill them, because it doesn't know what you are, but so it phases out after that fumble, and then from there it's like, okay, I'll go out a little bit in case any of them try detecting me, and I'll wait, like, I gave it a roll, and it was about 30 minutes, and then it was going to come back. It came back and saw that, everyone was mostly asleep, but you've got Vasa there, and she looks almost good as new, and y'all are aware of it, and someone has magic, so I did a roll, and yeah, it's just going to move on.
Easier pickings out there.
Yep, less alert pickings.
Don't want to deal with the person who is cocky enough to try and hit it with a stick.
Well, I didn't know what that was. This, on the other hand, should be a fun encounter. You're still on watch, by the way, Dom. Don't worry.
I will say that must be a pretty good intimidation method for some fights. This person's confident enough in beating my ass that they're not trying to tag me with a stick.
For XP calc, I'm putting Drove off a
I think the unarmed strikes are just as
nightmare.
brave, though.
That would have been sweet if I could have leveraged that into a second nightmare.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was hoping for you, but saving throws.
Hey,
it would've
I
got a
gave him my
beetle.
best shot. All right, let's polymorph it into a damn beetle and wait for Jazeel to get back.
And sadly, the only other person that could have used that was probably Velvin, because I'm too far up the alignment spectrum to allow that.
Yeah, I'm actually evil, so it's probably be okay for me.
Well, Vasa is evil.
But lawful.
Yeah. Vasa still follows rules and regulations, just not necessarily leverage them, but exploit them. That's a good word to use.
That's weird. Huh.
Just like, the law says I can't kill the dude, but if I stun him and he can't speak for the rest of his life, that's a different story.
Right. And I don't think I'll need to max these up.
Yeah, that's something that first edition never really got into. Stunning can do some pretty painful shit to someone. Like, depending on the type of brain damage, some dude could never speak again, to, like, permanently changing his personality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Party goes back to
That's not
set up their arranged locations. Vasa is over by the north end of camp. Oop, hey, good to know. So Vasa, you'll be pretty close towards the end of your watch. Not exactly sure how much beyond that, obviously.
Perception check.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. 9. So, pass by 10.
9. Pass by 10. Alright, let me check something. Yeah, Vasa, you hear something rustling in the bushes to the north.
Grab torch and staff.
Alright, you grab your torch and your staff, and, Vasa, that kind of has your hands full, so when you hear the thunk, 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 your hands are going to be full, and a hail of bolts are going to come towards you. Give me a perception check to see the bolts as they enter the firelight. You'll have a fraction of a second to try and deflect them.
Dungeon Master, I will say this much. You have openly stated that Vasa
Weapon
can
knocking,
deflect
yes.
with open hand.
Mm-hmm.
Perception check. Pass by 1.
Pass by 1. Yeah, no, these bolts
By
are small
1?
and coming in via firelight. If it was bright daylight, you'd see them. No. Miss.
Yeah,
Miss. Miss. That one might hit. Think about the travel speed of a bolt and such. It's like close, but no cigar. Alright, monster of that many hit dice comparable to that. Rolls a that to hit. Yeah, that's sufficient.
Are these like actual crossbow bolts? Or
These are actual crossbow bolts.
Okay, so they're not like needles.
Nope, not needles. No, you could have deflected these. For what it's worth, I might have to go back on what I previously said. The monk thing does talk about catching them, plucking them out of thin air, or knocking them aside. So, weaponed or unweaponed, it should be possible if you have the right type of weapon.
You have expressed to me that, because I actually have it in my character sheet that I can deflect with busy hands.
Mhm. So, Vasa, you take 1 bolt for 3 points of damage, and there's stuff rustling in the bushes towards you.
Fuck it. I'm going to throw the torch into the bush.
Alright, give me a roll to hit.
Does Dex play into this?
This would be a dexterity thing as well, yes.
The bush is armor class 10.
Yeah, the bush easily catches fire. And let's see, Molotov
That's the
cocktail
ones out.
essentially would be that, so that's oil though. I'm gonna give this a that for fire damage. Roll a d4. One. Okay, I'll allow that. Alright, the bush does of course catch fire and whoosh pretty brightly. Now that was to the north. Wouldn't you know who's up there? Give me a second. I need to double check formation, make sure this. No, wait, that's right. Mead's there, and there. Okay, my bad. Continuing. So yeah, Ecroromede, you'll be able to give me a perception check, because that's going to be kind of obvious, as will Velvin and Xavier. Xavier fails.
Assuming it's a figure.
Alright. 4 of them will emerge from the bush. 1 of them slightly on fire, but the fire's extinguished pretty easily. Ecroromede, that's going to be a fail. Velvin, that'll be a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The figures appear like men, but they're kind of pale and skinny. They got common clothing on. Hair is wild and messy. Their eyes are piercing white, and they kind of hobble, if you will. Their legs don't seem to work properly. They don't move as fast as normal men would either. They have crossbows that they have dropped from in hand and are hanging loosely and limply off of straps that are looped around them. And yeah, they start moving on forward. Move to engage flaming figure with staff. Bow attack after getting up. Ecroromede snoozing. Come get some bitches. Come get some bitches. Alright. The monsters move to
I
get the
heard it the
bitches.
same way you did.
Initiative.
I will reach through the fucking tech dimension to strangle you, Double M.
Go ahead. Give me the
How many bitches they got?
bitches. Give me initiative roll.
Okay.
You're up front, Tom. You roll it.
So I've
Yeah,
got
you're the lead. bitch.
Staff and Velvin. You're gonna have to get up in that distance time. You should be able to get your first. Yeah, you'll be able to get your first shot off.
End of round.
Yeah. So Velvin, you draw forth your bow, knock an arrow. Roll to hit.
Oh, I'm ready to go. Cool. 14 at third.
Fighter, third, 14 hits, dice damage.
2.
2. Alright. D takes 2 points of damage. Haha.
Ah, the arrow stuck in.
Yeah, the arrow sticks into its chest, and it doesn't even seem to have jerked back in pain or anything. It just keeps shuffling forward, as do the others. For what it's worth, they're not moving slow. A normal human could definitely move faster than them, but they do seem to be coming at decent speed. These pale, scrawny things. Anyways, so Vasa, you get forth the staff spear that you still can't figure out how to make into a spear, and you're like, come get some, bitches! And the bitches coming to get some, and initiative is tied. So, you've got reach, though, because they're attacking with claw attacks. You may roll to hit.
$13 at 8.
13 at 8th. Alright, Thief, 8th, 13. Hits, dice damage.
This is considered quarterstaff.
This is as a quarterstaff in terms of damage, yes.
Did Xavier wake up?
No, Xavier appears to be sleeping.
Since these are human-like, would I get my anatomy bonus as well?
And don't add that yet, but I know that you're +4 right now because you're 8th level.
Okay, don't add it. That's 9 points of damage without the anatomy bonus.
9 from the quarterstaff. Alright, decent. Gonk indeed. Let's see, that's 4 from that plus that there becomes that. Alright, Yeah, no, A is looking worse for the wear as you kind of smack him with it, and yeah, fun. That being said, A, B, and C are going for you, and D might be trying to go around you to get at you from the side. Alright, A does strike you. You don't have any stone skins, that's right.
Nope.
Oof, for 10 points of damage. Ow.
Okay.
That's
B
a hit.
strikes at you, but you're trying to dodge around as best you can. Let's see, these things fight as if they were of that. Your armor class 4, they needed that. No, that's a miss from B. C will strike at you, and yep, that's a hit. 8 points of damage. And D
Okay.
will come in slightly later. Chromede's still sleeping, Xavier's still sleeping, Velvin's still got the bow attack. Yeah, that last one should come in. Yeah, no, they're dogpiling you if they can. And yeah, up close, Vasa, the smell really hits you. It's not like a gassed smell where it has a negative effect, but up close it's fairly obvious these things are not alive. They are corpses, shambling to the
Good
meat.
to know.
That said, the last one also misses you. Velvin, you can take that second shot. Hence why the
Rolling.
anatomy bonus really wouldn't work. There's no pressure point to hit on a dead thing.
21, so that should be a hit.
21 does hit dice damage.
Oh, for 1 damage. Jesus, that dice is rolling crap. I'm picking a new D6.
Alright,
There we
C
go.
is sprouting a feather. That should conclude it for round 1. New round 2. Xavier wakes.
I'm hoping this works.
Spray holy water into them. Vasa, please describe your method. Ecroromede, you're entitled to a perception check.
So basically what I'm going to do is kind of basically the staff motion of going a 360 but with the bottom and with angular momentum that should hit everyone around me.
Okay. I will allow you to try this. Point is, you're trying to douse all 4 of them?
Basically, yeah.
Alright.
I'm hoping this works because if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure I'm fucked here.
Alright, so Chromie, you'll get an action in. You can type that up.
Okay, when I wake up, do I see these things and realize what they are?
Give me an intel check.
I rolled a 4 on my formidable intel.
Mm-hmm. I know you've seen these before, hence why I'm telling you what they're called.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah. It's been a while, but
You have
they're
perfect
like
memory.
the first 20 things I've fought. Alrighty. I had something typed up. Let me. Yeah.
Alright. Lucky you with your intel. The dungeon professor's like, yeah, he's faced this before. Hey, this is what they're called, because I know Grills knows the manuals back to front, so just saying the names enough. Alright.
Dom, there was, not to knock your action, I think your action's a good action, but there was another option. You could have
there's another
evaded.
option.
Evasion. Evade away.
Chromie, drawn, sword, shield, move into attack. Okay, I will let you get all that done, but it's a bit of stuff. Okay, initiative, please.
I'll roll it.
I already
Hey,
know that was
6.
probably-
I rolled a 6.
6. Okay, Velvin, take your first bow shot.
First bow shot.
It was
is
probably a better
15
idea
at third. That should be a hit.
the
Mm-hmm.
evade, but
And 3 damage.
3 points of damage, duly noted. Again, the arrow kind of sticks into the spongy flesh of this thing, and yeah, it's there. Okay, Dom, you're going to get out your stuff. The monsters will get a chance to hit you during this time. Chromie, you draw forth your sword and shield. Miss. 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 Hit. For another 8 points of damage.
okay.
Vasa, yeah, no, they're coming to work on you. Okay, at this point, Vasa, you've dug out your holy water. Chromede, you're moving to attack Velvin. You're knocking another arrow and drawing back your bow. Vasa, give me a d20. This is basically a to hit roll. There's not going to be a dex bonus, and you don't get a strength bonus here. I'm going to treat it as a thief. 5. Yeah, no, so you try and spritz the water, and maybe a little bit gets on one of them, but in the chaos of them trying to hit you, you dodging and shit, nope. I was going to rule that as a sweeping attack, basically. Alright. So, yeah, mark off that holy water, by the way.
I already did.
Cowers, second bow attack. Okay, Chromede, you're up in there. You may roll to hit.
Well,
Oh, damn.
Dice it.
61.
Oh, that's crit table. I'm assuming it's a fumble, obviously.
Correct.
Lodge
Functionally.
weapon in nearby object. Strength check to dislodge.
As
Yeah,
long as that object
easily.
isn't Vasa, we'll be okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
reasonably
rolled
it's like a
14.
tree stump or something. The ground. Whatever. Alright.
Yeah.
Strength check dislodged. Done. Take your XP. Okay. You've still got your second attack coming in. Really, I should put you at 1 because of the movement and drawing, but go ahead and roll it.
Okay, dumb question.
6 plus 9, 15.
Hits,
as a
dice
10th level
damage.
fighter. And size. Minimal, 13 hit points of damage.
Alright. Dom.
You said that a little bit of it actually got onto one of the undead. Did it look like it did anything?
It might have burned it. Are you pausing to examine that particular undead while the others continue to try to attack you?
It's more of the fact that I'm looking for, like, steam or something like that. Like, anything that's very visible even in the heat of combat.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to pull this on you. I just rolled a perception check for you. Even in the heat of combat, you're not able to get it. Unless you'd like to dedicate next round into studying it further. Ecroromede, the one you strike turns to attack you, leaving the other 3 to deal with Vasa. Velvin, go ahead and take that second bow shot. I realized we forgot you.
Oh, rolled a 2. Don't worry about it.
Alright, that arrow goes off into the forest.
And we've got a new.
I'm so used to being out in the desert. Fuck.
Okay.
Sand's pretty valuable now, though.
I mean, there's still a nice large red desert full of horrifying monsters, undoubtedly. In fact, people have noted that the red desert is covered by thicker growths of miasma now. You can't actually see clear across it on most days. Not that you could anyways, but... Alright, bow attacks, evade, same as before, Xavier cowers. Alright, initiative party.
I got it. Nah, I don't got it with a 1.
Alright, initiative
Oh.
is tied. Vasa, roll that evasion. I forget if we gave you the thief bonus to evasion or not, so for now, just evade. We did. Alright, 5 on top of 4 brings you to -1. Alright. The monsters try and strike. For them to hit -1, they need a... That. Miss. Miss. Hit. Okay, Vasa, despite your best efforts, one of them does manage to hit your evading form. For 9 points of damage.
How many are attacking Vasa?
3.
How many are there?
4.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And Ecroromede, you and the other one have simultaneous strikes. You may roll to hit.
6 plus 9. We determine that's a hit.
You can dice damage and mark off a stone skin. It just critted you.
Displacement.
Goddamn, you're right. Give me a second.
And I scored max on damage, 20.
Nice. Don't mark off the stone skin. You are completely correct about displacement. And, well, hold on, wait. They are that. I'm gonna say that worked. And yeah, 20 points of damage takes it down. Funk. Alright. Let's see. Velvin, actually, he should have gone first. I apologize. Roll that first bow fire.
6 at 3rd.
6 at 3rd is probably not gonna hit, but let me check.
Probably not.
Yeah, that isn't even on the chart. You can roll the second one at this point.
And that is a 7 at 3rd, so probably not on the chart.
Nope. Alright, this concludes round 3. On to round 4. Again, Vasa, 3 of them attack you, and Ecroromede's moving on to the next one.
Marking off my arrows.
And Vasa, I need your action. Evade. Alright, Vasa, dice evasion, and someone else dice initiative.
Gina, you're up
Yep.
for initiative.
3 on initiative.
Alright, party will have initiative. Vasa, dice evasion. Vasa, you still there?
Yep, he's rolling.
I've been taking a while. Alright, minimum 3. That brings you to armor class 1 this round. Okay. Ecroromede, you're a 2 attacker, but so is Velvin. Velvin, roll to hit.
Nope, that's another miss with another 2 roll.
Alright. Ecroromede, you're a 2 attacker. Roll to hit. You'll be striking at B.
Okay, first attack is an 8 plus 9.
Dice damage.
5 plus 12, 17.
17. Very well done. Yes, your sword cuts through these things with seeming ease. 17, that brings it to there. Okay. And they go to continue to attack Vasa, except I need to check that one. Yeah, probably that one's going to redirect its attack towards you, Ecroromede, so let's just get that out of the way, actually. Yeah, that's a miss. It may or may not even be aware of your displacement. It missed so badly. Vasa, you've got 2 of them still trying to get you. That's a miss. That's a miss. Okay. And Ecroromede's second attack. Now, Vasa, you're starting to put some distance between you and these things, but they are pursuing you.
10 plus 19, 6 plus 18 hit points of damage.
18, very well. You strike down the second one, Ecroromede. It goes flying off into meaty chunks in different directions. Foul-smelling meaty chunks. Round 5. Vasa, you're kind of constrained by the firelight. That's why these things can keep trying to catch up to you, but you are able to outpace them. Oh, Velvin's second shot, that's right.
That is a 16. That should be a hit.
16. Okay, Vasa, you might have to compromise distance to throw darts. Like, they're going to keep pursuing, so 4 damage, yes. I need to figure out which one that would be. I apologize, Velvin, I'm not deliberately snubbing you. I just keep forgetting you're using bowfire. Now, Vasa, you might have to compromise distance to throw darts, like to draw the dart, throw it, aim it, throw it. During that time, they might move close enough to hit you. Are you sure you would like to do that? Alright, well, if you're using speed to get them out of melee, you won't get a chance to get an attack. Like, to pause, draw, throw, it's not going to work. You can evade, or you can roll to hit, or, you can do what I assume you're trying to do, which is keep moving, they might catch up to me, and throw when I can. They will still get a chance to hit, is what I'm saying. You'll get your dexterity bonus to... Not a dexterity, you'll get your monk bonus to evasion, which is pretty good, but they will get a chance to hit you. Evade. Duly noted. And Velvin, action.
Sorry.
And party, initiative.
Dom, you're up for...
Yep. Yeah, it's Dom. He's in danger. He's our Ralph Wiggum right now. Dom?
Yep,
Initiative?
looking for an initiative roll before I give the party no initiative.
I'm doing it. I should have let you give us none, because it was a 1.
Eh, rip. Well, they rolled a 6, so yeah. Party does not have initiative, which is good. I mean, it's good that Vasa decided to evade, because Vasa, dice your evasion. That being said, Velvin, you can roll to hit. 5, very nice. Alright, -1.
Oh my god, just 2s and 2s and 2s.
Damn, not even the fun of a fumble.
No.
Alright. And let's see, these 2 trying to do that. Ecroromede moving on to the next one. Vasa trying to evade them. That might hit, I need to check that. That one will hit. That one will not. Okay. Vasa, while Ecroromede moves up to get you, one of them does... to get the things off you. One of them does hit you for 10 points of damage. Jesus. Let me know if you're still up after that. I'm doing math in my head, and I think that just hit your max. Okay. Alright, and Ecroromede, you can return fire at this point. There's A and B left.
2 plus 9, 11 at 10.
1 hit point. Okay, Vasa. Wouldn't you know it, 11 at 10th hits these things, I'm pretty sure. Dice damage.
19 hit points of damage.
And you strike down A, B, D, actually, remains. Huh. Alright, D continues to try and attack this thing. Velvin, you've only got 1 target. Roll to hit.
19.
Hits, dice damage.
6. Woohoo!
Nice! Hey. Right. Again, the arrow just kind of sticks out of the spongy, meaty flesh part of it. Round 6.
I like the vagueness, Dungeon Master. because I'm not sure, but I'm keeping shooting. So makes me sure of my action at least.
Bow attacks. All right, and probably unneeded, but initiative party.
Ralph Wiggum, you're up. Gina, you roll it then.
4.
Four,
I
right?
rolled it already. I was waiting to give Dom a chance.
All right, party does have initiative. Ralph, you can go ahead and dice your evasion. Gina, you can roll to hit.
16 at 3rd.
Hits, dice damage. Okay, Vasa, your armor class 0 this round.
4 damage.
4 points of damage again? The arrow is sticking out of it. A normal human would probably pause to break it off, but that thing just isn't. It just keeps on going.
Yeah, they're not very smart.
Alright, Ecroromede, you get 2 attacks this round. You'll be able to attack it before it attacks at Vasa. Roll to hit.
16 before bonuses.
Hits, dice damage.
19 hit points of damage.
Funny enough, it had 19. I accidentally forgot to... I accidentally put a second 9 there, and I looked and I saw it had 199 hit points. I'm like, no, this thing doesn't have the same hit points as a Demon Lord. It's dead.
Wham!
Ralph, you can stop running, because for the moment it would appear that nothing is trying to kill you. Round 6.25. Velvin, what are you bow attacking?
Oh, they're all dead?
Yes.
Then let's make it Bassa. I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'll edit that. I'm editing it.
You are a horrible person. Check on Amy. Alright, the cleric continues to do it. I'll catch it. Well, Dom, you better hope you do, because if you don't, you're at 1 hit point. That's enough to bring you to negatives. Or at least 0. Okay,
And the
Amy will
cleric's
appear to be
already out.
sleeping. Vasi will get a hit point restored. And Ecroromede, you look around. So far, not so much. You've got Xavier also looking around. Is that all of them?
Appears so.
I doubt it.
We should be ready for another attack.
These are juju zombies. They're created by either spell or powerful undead, completely sucking the life force out of someone.
This close to Renvera?
Dungeon Master, while keeping Overwatch, loot the bodies.
It's going to be hard to do both. Which one are you prioritizing?
I can come do the Overwatch after checking on Amy.
All right, in that case, yeah, because Xavier, I'm sure, is on high alert.
Yeah,
So,
he's looking around.
Sword in hand, and I will... Actually, no, I'll sheathe my sword, but I've got my... sheathe my sword, but I still have my shield on me, and crossbow close at hand, and I will loot the bodies with... I know at least 2 party members on Overwatch.
Yep. Alright, so aside from the various arrows from Dave Velvin that will need to be saved for if he wants to recover any of the hits, misses are probably gone. There is also going to be 3 of them will still have their crossbows on a strap. The crossbows are light. They do not have any ammo with them. They just apparently had the one thing loaded and no reserve quarrels or anything. They're just wearing commoner clothing, pretty simple stuff. Maybe at a distance it would fool someone into thinking they were just a band of people, but up close it's easier to tell that, hey, that shaggy black hair, the pale skin, the shambling gait, yeah, these are undead of some form or another, and you of course know them to be juju zombies. The crossbows are light crossbows, in case I forgot to say that. Other than that, they lack any rings, necklaces, coin purses, backpacks filled with gemstones, etc., etc., etc. They do not have magic crystals.
I'm taking the crossbows and putting them on the wagon.
Alright, 3 light crossbows. The fourth one...
You said no magic crystals?
None. The fourth one did burn up because it was set on fire. I rolled it saving throw on that one, so 1 burned.
Okay, companions. These were created. Monster would not have bothered to take their miasma crystals.
Dom, out of character. These are a special monster found in the Monster Manual 2 under Zombie Juju. They're much better. You'll notice they did significantly higher attacks, could hit your armor class fairly easily. They still only got 1 attack per round, but yeah. What's funky is that the thing says that they take 1/2 damage from piercing and bludgeoning, but slashing does full, whereas normal zombies take half from piercing and slashing, but bludgeoning does full, which is kind of fucked up.
But Ecroromede, I
Yeah.
think I see what you're saying, but I think first we must get Mr. X here back to the city.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
And we must hunt this thing down. It's way too close to home.
Then again, whoever created these could have just sent them out to kill. Or it itself could have been slain, in which case they would wander around looking for something to kill.
Perhaps.
Anyhow, regardless, Dungeon Master, I'm going to chuck these outside of the firelight.
Alright.
Going to grab my food. It's ready. Be right back.
Alright.
And I'm going to go for a smoke since he's grabbing food.
Woohoo! Father, pass me the pokey days.
Which pokey bait?
Sprite.
Huh, that was fast.
Strawberries and sweet. Well, then get your own.
Give me a crispy.
I had my food earlier, too.
Had to go and open my new Krispies.
This is just gonna have to be re-rolled. I don't want to run that. Okay, that works. I can work with that. Who's on watch next? Cleric normally, so it's Velvin, isn't it? Yeah, alright. Goddamn. Aware Tarask. No, that's stupid. Reroll. Twice, not once that. I don't want this. No. Alright, last reroll. Or second to last, actually. And no. Okay, so that encounter is a nil. Continuing that. Okay, finally, that person's watch goes without any further encounter. And next
I'm
one.
back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I've rolled the same encounter 3 times in a row. And again. Goddamn. Folio page 87. Yeah, that's gonna have to be rerolled. I don't want to run that. Ooh. Should I? I think I will.
Girl, step out for a smoke.
Mm-hmm. Alright, other than that, nothing else for the remainder of that, or that. Meat goes on watch.
Yeah, I don't think they know how to use crossbow. Oh, I guess they did. They used them on you, didn't they? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they have enough intelligence to...
Hello?
Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They have enough intelligence to use crossbows, yeah. Yeah, what page is that on again?
Loot. It's in loot pages, I'm sure of it.
It has loot, yeah, in its lair. I think. Probably does. Here it is. Yee. Alright, number appearing. Ooh. Oh, hello.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, we've chuckened the zombies, and the danger has passed, and so looks like it's time for me to go back to bed.
Yeah.
Who's on watch now? Me?
I think it's about where you're about to take over.
Well, Vasa, you're pretty sure that you're ready to go to bed with that 1 hit point you've got left, so... Yeah. Up to you. My bad, too. You did bind your wounds. Never mind, 2. You're good. I need just a second to look at this thing. Okay. So, Voss, are you going to bed, or are you, Hey, cat. Are you staying on watch?
This is the only time when I'm going to try and abuse the system. Dungeon Master, is it midnight?
You have no idea. You look up at the sky, there's the moon, there's the stars. The moon does not revolve around the world to tell you what time of night it is. That's the sun.
Damn it.
It just kind
Yeah,
of
we've already
lingers in
been
the
told.
sky, sometimes even visible during the day.
It's not until sun rises, my friend. I know you're in a hard place.
Ooh, that's a terrible omen on Kohal if you see either of the moons during the daytime.
Uh-huh. Oh, you
Yeah.
meant, did you have enough time to do that? Yeah, no, your powers regenerate with the sun rising, typically is how I run it.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm going
And
to
yeah,
bed.
you've already used it today. Going to bed. Okay, so Velvin, you're going to pick up about 15 minutes earlier off-world.
I wouldn't know that, so it's not a big deal.
Alright. So, Velvin, after about an hour's watch or so, I'll need you to make me a perception check.
And it's the usual routine for me, hiding in the shadows around the firelight.
Uh-huh.
Perception check, 11 of 14.
11 of 14. You perceive there's some rustling in the bushes, maybe 30 feet outside the firelight. As you look in that direction, you perceive several large shapes over by the corpses of the Juju zombies. The
large?
shapes are about 12 or so feet long. They're insectoid. They've got these large front claw things and this tail thing that seems to be dragging behind them. And yeah, they appear to be carrying off the Juju zombies to consume or something.
They're carrying them off? They're not coming towards us?
No, they seem to have gone for the easy food.
I'll let them take it away.
Alright, the giant scorpions abscond with the couple of the Juju zombies, and done.
Yep, I ain't gonna engage unless I have to.
Alright. I'm gonna have to roll up this next encounter, most likely. I apologize, party. I got a list of things to roll, but I didn't roll the things on the list yet. So when I roll up an encounter, sometimes I just have to pause and be like, okay. And this one's fun because it's an invented one. And that's not even the funnest one, because the next one I rolled a 20 on my encounter sheet.
Hey, guess what, girls? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have that extra level of assassin that I was hoping to get.
We
Alright.
Ecroromede needs a bumper sticker for his wagon that says "Giant scorpions are easy."
You should get someone to carve that into the back of our wagon when we get back to Renvera.
And that means that likely scouting parties would be of that size.
I need another bumper carving that says, "If you're reading this, I've already looted your bodies."
Be right back. Drink.
I never did crunch their XP. What the hell am I doing? I'll have to do that later. I'm gonna say that many, actually. There aren't that many in the tribe. Okay, I need to quickly dice percentage here, or do some quick maths.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oops. I dropped my D4. There we go, found it. Let's see. Okay, I have the monsters rolled up. Okay, Velvin.
Yes, sir.
You're over there. Ooh, and these things are over there. Belvin, as you're patrolling around, you're looking outside and you've got that drow infravision which helps. So you perceive near the edge of your infravision several small figures, man-sized, not man-sized, smaller than man-sized, about dwarf-sized, maybe even shorter, cautiously moving around through the nighttime wilderness. They're coming
Are they
from the south end of the wilderness. You know, the road runs east to west, so they're moving through the forest.
okay? And they're heading in our general direction.
And give me a perception check.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Something strange about these guys. You might be, maybe your infravision's being fucked with, but it looks like they have 4 arms.
And I'm seeing heat signatures, not cold signatures.
These are heat signatures.
Okay.
Oh, I should make undead
4.
versions of these. You're right. It
How many of them?
looks like 4 of them.
4 of them.
But
Yeah, I'll
continue
scurry
moving.
over and try and wake Ecroromede.
All right, you go over to where Ecroromede is, and you lose sight of them. Obviously, you get over to Ecroromede. How are you waking him?
I'm going to stand, like, I'm going to be behind his head, not like directly in front of him where he would shoot. And I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and give him a gentle shake while I say, Ecromede, wake up.
All
We
right,
have trouble.
Ecroromede, you're entitled to a perception check bonus of 1.
I rolled a 9.
All right, you pass.
Okay.
Ecromede, in the woods, 4 figures, multiple arms.
What direction?
That direction, I point.
South.
There we go.
And where am I stationed at in respect
You're
to the
stationed
camp?
west.
South. Okay, then I will move silently and hiding in shadows, using the firelight,
And I will try and
to-
follow behind, doing the
to
same.
move that direction and see what I can see.
All right. Well, Ecroromede, you and Velvin will very quickly pick up on their heat signatures. They appear to be cautiously, slowly moving closer to camp. You can see they're holding some form of primitive weaponry. One appears to have a spear clutched in 3 of its arms. The other's got some clubs. One might have its hands open, or maybe it's holding something really small. And yeah, it looks like they're trying to move silently, and they're doing an okay job of it.
Okay.
They're about 60 feet away from the camp at this time.
Okay. Hold up where I'm at and watch them.
Alright. They get a little bit closer, and yeah, they must not see you all, because one of them's like quietly whispering something to the other, it looks like. They've paused. One holds up their left upper hand and then points up the tree, and one of them, the one without any weapons, begins climbing the tree pretty easily. It's up in one of the branches, maybe maybe 10 or so feet up off the ground. And the other 3 continue moving forward very slowly.
Okay. Watching.
Watching. They get within about 30 feet of the campsite. Again, pause for if y'all want to do something.
I will draw and ready my bow, trying to be silent about it.
Alright, you think you're able to do that. Now, are you knocking an arrow?
Yes, I'm knocking the arrow.
Alright, you've got an arrow knocked. They get within range of the fire of the camp light, and it kind of reveals bits about them. Obviously, your infravision's preserved when you're looking into the brightly lit home from the outside type of deal, so you're able to see that they appear to be mostly human, standard coloration and such. It's just that they've got these 4 arms. They're dressed in some type of leather, furs, whatever, hides. They appear slightly overweight as compared to a normal human, and they're pretty damn short.
And they're still seemingly unaware of me and Ecromede.
So it would appear. They're carefully looking around inside the campfire light, and one of them beckons forward to the other. They're moving closer towards Xavier. Right. At this point, you can see 3 of them
Yeah,
and their weapons.
I draw my bow and go for the assassination
All right, you can
on
roll
one
the
of
hit.
the ones moving towards Xavier.
Right. So the 2 that are moving towards Xavier, one has 2 daggers in its lower hands and beckoned with its upper hand, and the one that it beckoned to had 3 clubs in total. The upper right hand was empty. And one that's
4
kind of
fucking
staying
arms.
behind has a spear clutched in all 4 of its arms right now. Which one are you trying to assassinate?
3 clubs.
3 clubs. Roll the hit. Now, Chromie, you can give me a perception check to see if you hear him draw back and shit.
7 at third.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a second, Velvin.
I
Ecroromede,
rolled
Yeah.
a 10.
you
So
rolled
yeah,
a 10. All right. Do you wish to try a shot with the crossbow?
I'm going to see what he hits first.
Okay. So, Velvin, you draw back the bow, and was that a raw 7 at 10? What adjustments did you make to that?
I added my dex bonus.
Your dex bonus, so a 7 there. You are +4 because you are striking from total surprise, so that 7 becomes an 11. Their armor class is reduced by 4 because they are not aware of you. That actually is a hit. You may dice damage, and give me a percentage roll.
Dice damage. Damage is 1. Percentage roll.
I'm pretty sure that doubles to 2.
49.
49. Okay, what level are you as an assassin?
I am 4th.
You are 4th level. You rolled a 49. You are within the ability, and you assassinate this creature, striking it through the heart. It topples
Yes.
over with a audible thump. At this point, Vasa and Xavier can give me perception checks. Xavier passes. Vasa, I'll need you to roll. And yeah, Chromede, you'll see this thing go down here.
Shoot the other one.
Shoot the other one. All right.
One barrel.
Okay, Vasa, you're sleeping. 1 barrel. Roll to hit.
Unless I fumble or miss. 15.
Yeah, that
bonus.
should hit. Now, this guy did notice his buddy go down, so the strike is not total surprise. That being said, it's still a sneak attack. So assassination is out. That being said, dice damage.
Assassination is out, you say?
Yeah, it's not total surprise. Oh shit, buddy just got shot. Thunk! You know, it's enough time for him to tense up, start moving. The perfect strike is no longer possible.
I rolled a base of 3.
Base of 3. Now, you still did get the sneak attack, and you get, what, triple damage?
Uh,
I think you're
I
still in
am.
the triple range, about to hit quad once you
Yeah.
reach...
yeah, I'm in the triple range.
Good news,
So
it had
9.
6 hit points. You kill that one, too.
Oh, shit. That was a +3 bolt. So 18.
18.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's super dead.
it's dead. You know, you didn't assassinate it. I mean, maybe you would have. Probably. They're one-hit die monsters. But yeah, it's running. Well, by running, I mean running out of blood as it pools onto the ground. Vasa failed, but Xavier wakes up and like, whoa, 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 and, you know, he's backing up and reaching for that short sword of his as he sees the things that were close to him. And okay, so at this point, the one with the spear is freaking out and running away. Focus on one in the tree. Okay, Ecroromede, that one is running, but it's not like climbing down. It's like jumping from the next tree branch over and swinging as best it can. They are small, but they can move fast. They're fast buggers when they want to be, and these things are fleeing.
Well, it's not casting, so yeah.
And the one with the spear that was on the ground, anyone doing anything with that?
He's running, isn't he?
Yeah, they're running. Oh shit, they got inside the firelight and died. Run! Velvin, you taking a parting shot?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, my daughter came and was interrupting me.
Well, tell your daughter you
So-
love her and then murder these things.
All right, parting shot.
Roll to hit.
16.
That hits. Dice damage.
3.
3. Oh, the thing, you've got it in one of the legs. It screams and goes down, but it's using like its 2 short lower arms as other legs, and it's trying to crawl away from you all. It's actually moving pretty decently. I'm giving you flavor text.
Nice.
Yeah, it does pass its system shock.
Will it be within range for me to get another shot before
You
it's...
should be able to get another one before it reaches mid-range.
Velvet,
Right.
capture it.
For what?
You know, it's crying out in some pathetic voice. You can't figure out the language of it.
I have no need for slaves. So 11 at third,
11 at third. I'm going to give it to you. That's a hit. You can dice it.
and I rolled a 4.
4. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, next shot takes out something in its chest, and it just crumples. Congratulations, party. You killed 3 of the 4 Champas.
Woohoo. Where'd the 4th one go? He got away?
4th one was swinging in the trees Tarzan style. It ran.
Oh, that's
you
what
see
he
this
went up the
camp?
trees
We're going to
for.
steal some food. You climb up in the tree, and if someone wakes up, throw one of those darts. It had darts at them. And we'll try and quickly sneak up to that guy and see what he's got in his pack type of deal, you know? They weren't looking to kill you all, just rob you. They're not evil. I'll unlike this party. You all brutally murdered them as befitting of one-hit die monsters.
Look, if you're gonna steal from strangers, you can expect whatever you
Oh
get.
no, you're well within your rights. So, what's the party doing at this time? Let me pop in a new. I still need to roll this thing up. Not all encounters are encounters of doom and deadly and evil and shit.
Yeah, we let him get pretty close though. Oops. But yeah, when I heard they were going for Xavier, I had to take the shot with Chromie.
Yeah, they had weapons in their hands.
Yeah.
No, they had
It was too
multiple
much.
hands.
Yeah, well,
That's why I went for triple club first. I was like 3 clubs. That's 3 attacks.
Yeah, that's their one thing. They get 3 attacks. Well, 4 technically, but I rolled up how many that guy had. They were too poor to afford all the weapons they wanted. Maybe they'd have stolen a dagger, so a dagger guy could have 3 as well.
yeah.
Okay,
They're
so let
too
me go
poor for
take a
that
look
now.
at this. I'm still reading up things. ZZZ, recover, reload crossbow bolts, standard thing, loot bodies. Okay. The bodies will have very little in terms of that, in terms of loot, other than their weapons, which, give me a second. Damn, I just popped them in XP Calc. The party will recover, and these are sized for halflings, mind you. 3 clubs, 2 daggers would be of average size, actually, and 1 spear. The spear being, like maybe 5 feet tall, all things considered closer to a javelin for most people.
Okay. Those go on the back of the wagon with 3 light crossbow.
Alright, someone mark it up, otherwise it doesn't exist.
I have wrote it down. Hey, I am an arms merchant. This is my bread and butter.
And you have a tribe of orcs who I'm sure could use some weapons.
And Dungeon Master, chuck the bodies. Since we've already got that smelly spot where we threw the Juju zombies, they're going in the same pile, which I don't know is no longer there. And then Ecroromede is getting his beauty sleep again.
8 plus 8, 16 plus 8, 24.
Oh, I gotta check my crossbow bolt. I shall do that now. Yes, handily. And excuse me. Okay, sorry about that.
Ooh.
Okay, for a second there, I thought nobody was there.
Well, I'd say that was as good as that could have went.
Yeah, still, I would have liked to have taken a prisoner.
Here's the thing, Chromie, out of character. If you want to take a prisoner, you're gonna have to take him.
Yeah.
I'll kill people, but I don't like the idea of slavery.
Alright, I think I got it.
It's my neutral side. I'll free them, even if it's in death. But after me almost becoming a slave and you setting me free, I kind of feel like people should be free.
Yeah,
Leverage.
I leverage people. I don't
That's right.
enslave
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, yeah, exactly. Like that last guy, he attacked us with the blood hunters, so he deserved some kind of an entanglement. These people were just coming into our camp. Murder is what they deserve.
Okay. So, this next one's going to be fun. I just need to check really quickly, too, actually, because I was almost done with that. Oops. Alright, good news. If the party survives this, it'll be easy street, most likely. So, Velvin, you're continuing to take watch, and Dungeon Master needs to take a piss, so 5-second.
break.
Yeah, smoke break, everyone.
Vasa, just stay asleep. We'll try and deal with it without you, hopefully. Because if you get in the middle of it, we don't need you dead. And I know you don't want Vasa dead.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, I'm gonna have to guess something for this. It's fun, though. Alright.
Why couldn't it be on Mead's shift? He'd
Yeah.
deal with this shit alone.
Maybe. He'll probably be able to help you. Depends if he fails a saving throw or not.
I know. That 13 is like the curse, man.
It is.
And Vasa's 19 is like the wildest shit I've ever seen. It's amazing how rarely he fails because of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Velvin, you're on watch for like another hour, maybe 2 at that point. No, it's getting towards the mid to end point of your watch, and you will be over at this point, which is the south end of camp. And you're
Okay.
continuing on your watch. And let me think about this for a second. I can do that. It sees that. It sees that. It sees that. Okay, give me a perception check.
Stay on the table. There we go. That's a good one.
What'd you roll?
A 4.
4. Ooh, that is good. Give me a second here just to double check this.
So far, we've been doing good with rolling low where we need to.
You might have needed lower for this, because this, yeah. Oh, 1 second. I just realized something. I almost forgot to give it a thing. Four, 14 passed by 10. Yeah, Velvin, you're aware of some rustling noises by a large creature, maybe, coming from the north end of camp.
Coming from the north end of camp.
Mm-hmm. You're at the south end at this point.
I'll move my way around the fire toward the north to try and get a better view.
Clockwise or
Or direction.
counterclockwise?
The same direction I was already going, Dungeon Master.
Alright, same direction you were already gone.
Continue my sweep, right?
Alright. Are you moving any faster than normal, or usual speed?
I'm going to move silently, as usual, Dungeon Master.
Alright, attempting to move silently. Just a second, please. I need to quickly use my phone. It's that magical time of night again.
No problem.
Come on, work with me, phone. Work, damn ye. Yeah.
Girls, I know you trained him well. You know why?
What?
Because I'm constantly afraid for my life.
Alright. Well, you continue moving on there, attempting to move silently. What's your percent chance again?
95.
95. Alright, you
Oh.
believed. I rolled a d10 and a d8. That's not how you check. You believe to be moving silently.
Thank you.
You believe to be hiding in shadows.
I believe to be.
And as you look on over, you've got that superior infravision, and as we discussed, since you're not inside the firelight with the light suffusing you, you're working on the outside, even though you're kind of looking over and you kind of have to, work your way around here and there to get the proper thing, you do have a fair bit of range there. To the point that you will see a large creature, hard to make out for sure. You're running off of heat, and this thing does give off heat. It appears reptilian in nature. It has a long neck and a large mouth, and it's looming over the campsite, drawn back as if it's taking a deep breath. Neil.
Fuck. Yeah, I think I'm hiding. I think I'm silent. I
Yes.
move in for the fucking assassination attempt.
What are you assassinating with? Bow?
Yeah.
Okay. You draw forth your bow and knock an arrow, and go ahead and try and assassinate this thing. During this time, the creature breathes forth a bellowing pillar of black smoke that encroaches into the campsite. It will hit Xavier, Vasa, and Amy. Velvin and Ecroromede will be out of it. The black smoke obscures pretty badly, and Vasa, give me a saving throw.
I rolled good. I got a 14 plus 2 for my dex. That is 16 plus 4 is 20 if I'm getting the plus 4. So
Nah, don't add the
16 if I
assassination
didn't go.
bonuses. I'll get that to you.
Okay.
Vasa. Yeah, Vasa, you're asleep. We'll come back to you. You're gonna wake up feeling really weak and covered in darkness, most likely. Yeah, Velvin, your view is kind of obstructed by this thick column of darkness that this thing just belched out like a breath weapon.
Okay.
Now, the breath weapon, I don't know if it's silent or not, but reasonably things are about to start hitting the fan, so let's just get this out of the way. Vasa, you're entitled to a perception check, and Ecroromede is entitled to a perception check.
Oh, that was cocked. Okay, that one's legit.
How we doing, Grills?
Well, my first roll was cocked between a 1 and a 13, so I had to re-roll it, and we have a 5.
5 of 13. Okay, you will wake up at some point. I still need to determine that, because I'm pretty sure the breath weapon would make noise. Anyway, Velvin, you rolled a hit with the bow. What did you roll?
16 at third.
16 at third. That's a pretty good roll.
Not
Fighter,
bad.
third. Now, this isn't... Alright, did you include your bonuses other than dex for this?
Just dex.
Alright.
I rolled
Fighter,
a
16.
14 and I have plus 2 for dice.
Alright, go ahead and dice normal damage for me for a second, please.
Okay. I roll 6. Yeah.
6, okay. I won't tell you if that actually hit or missed, but that's what would have done if you hit. You may or may not have actually hit, as the thick column of smoke this thing has expelled onto half the campsite obstructs your view.
Yep.
Alright, now Ecroromede, reasonably at this point, Xavier or Vasa is screaming. Xavier will be like, "Oh gods, what's going on?" And he sounds very faint and weak. And Vasa, you awaken, you feel like the worst piece of crap you've ever felt in your life. Just, you're weak, your body shakes, you feel like you could cough up blood right now, except feverish, sick, you're not sure what it is. If you really want to crunch the numbers with me, you may. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it at that. You are doing action this round if you wish. Ecroromede, you'll be slightly delayed, and Velvin, I'll need to know what you're doing this round.
I know I didn't kill it because I didn't have to roll a percentage.
What are the effects? I don't want to say entirely, but Vasa, let's just say you feel very weak right now.
I'm going
Something like that.
Okay, actions, right? Actions.
Don't worry, Vasa. If it comes into play, I'll help you crunch it real quick.
Did we get a new?
At this point, you are in round 1. You know, the assassination attempt kicked off round 1.
Okay, it's just Ecromede's last thing was sleeping, so I was like, huh?
Alright, Ecromede, you're not going to be able to see this thing. There's a big black
Okay, what
column
do
of...
I see?
Alright, so half the campsite is engulfed in a giant cloud of darkness. The firelight just like ceases at a point. The point is roughly covering the northern half of it, which includes the bit with Xavier and the cleric and Vasa. Velvin, you're unaware of.
Okay, but Dungeon Master, I was to the west, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand the camp is obscured by smoke, but I don't see anything else.
You do not see anything else. Okay, Vasa, you're not certain what's under attacking you. Obviously, you're under attack, so evading is going to be tough. And likewise, you feel really weak. Like, your body shakes. Okay, continue moving silently in and out of the cloud to get a better view of the monster.
Not in and out.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not in the cloud, Velvin. You're actually outside of it.
I just wanted to note that I do not want to enter it.
Duly noted. Okay, Ecroromede.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
I think you know what this is, don't you, Ecroromede?
No, but
I'm guessing it's some kind of a fucking dinosaur. But dinosaurs didn't have breath weapons, I think.
Okay, now Xavier, I'm giving a that % chance. Yeah, no, Xavier's trying to run.
He's a smart man.
Now, Vasa, are you trying to get out of the cloud of darkness? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Vasa, I'm gonna have you try and do that in part of your evasion. Spiritfire, max area 8 feet above party/camp. Let me check this out. Because, you know, if you tried to target an ice storm, it would still go down. That's how it works. But this is an ice storm. This is Spiritfire.
right.
Where is invented spells? Death Bolt, Innovation, Spell Saver, Spiritfire, A maelstrom of positive and negative energy. Creatures in the effect must the material component, blah, 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 blah. Diameter, sphere. Dictating it as a sphere indicates it wouldn't fall downwards, otherwise it would be a cone, for example. Alright. And you are... I remember the max area is that, okay. 60-foot diameter, 30-foot radius, Spiritfire, okay. And that's a d4 per level, so that'll be 10 die 4, but not yet, because the casting time on that is 5 segments.
Yep.
Okay, continue to move silently out, and make sure you're staying out of the cloud, trying to get a view of the monster. Okay. Well, Velvin, whatever this is, it's going into the cloud. Okay, so Xavier's trying to move out. Vasa, you're trying to evade out. The cleric is still unconscious on the wagon.
And it's becoming totally, like, the cloud is big enough that it can walk in and I can't see it at all?
Yeah. The cloud measures about 40 feet across, maybe about 40 feet wide, and about 30 feet up, for what that's worth. It's not exactly a perfect cube, it's just a big cloud of something. Whatever this is, it's big enough to hide in there, small enough to hide in there. At least for a bit. Vasa. You poor fucker. You poor fucker. There's something in there with you, big. You hear this snuffling sound of something large breathing, and Vasa, this awakens a memory in you. Give me a d20.
No.
Nope. Yeah, Vasa, big scary monster. That's all I can give you. I think since Vasa, it's sniffing ya. Goat girl. No, it doesn't actually say that. Sage. Evade, you mean, I assume? You can dice evasion if you'd like. I'll give you that. You poor fucker.
It's sad.
Sadgy. Hey, okay, armor class bonus of 6. Moment of truth here. Claw. The claw hits that. This attacks as a that of that hit dice. It rolled a that. Your armor class is currently 5 steps better? 6. You're normally 4, that would put you to -2. It rolled a that, it's as a that. Oh, that does hit. Vasa, you will go down, taking 4 hit points of damage in total, putting you at -2. From within the cloud, a monster of some type lets out a triumphant roar.
Based on sound, can I take a shot with my bow?
Yep, certainly. Roll to hit.
Thank you.
Ecroromede, you continue casting, of course.
Yeah, 13 at third.
13 at third. Yeah, again, the arrow kind of goes off there. If it would have hit, give me a d6.
Yeah. D6.
I'm fucking with y'all pretty hard.
Three.
I gotta say if it would have hit, but I gotta play here. You don't
Yep.
know.
3. Yep,
3.
because it's in the smoke. Yep. 3.
Alright, now, the creature. Xavier breaks free from the cloud cover. Ecroromede, you may or may not notice you are focusing on the spell after all, but he's pale and shaky and staggering over to the edge of the campfire that he can. Trying to find cover to hide behind, maybe. Ecroromede, dice damage for Spirit Fire.
2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 14, 18, 20, 24, 26.
26 points of damage. Very nice. Yeah, no, there's the cursed flickering of black and white light over top of the thing, and part of this will be visible, part of it won't be. 26. Okay, subtracted, done. The creature lets out a loud roar. It may or may not be in pain at that point. Alright, it's gonna do that. I know what the creature's doing. Okay, towards the end of the round, Velvin, you're over at that point. Akromi's at that point. The creature is trying to go there. Okay, so it is heading on course. Velvin, you will see the creature. It is some large reptilian creature. It has Vasa in its teeth is the gimme.
Oh my Jesus.
It's carrying her away.
No way.
Or it's trying to, at least.
Uh,
It is quadrupedal. It's about 20 or maybe 30 feet long. It might be a little bit shorter than 20, actually. Ecroromede, you will need a perception check to see that.
do I think that it sees me?
You're not sure. It is moving away at a pretty decent pace.
I
Okay,
better take
Ecroromede,
my
I'm going to
shot.
let you have that.
I better take
Okay.
my shot then.
Alright. Velvin, you may roll to hit.
Can I go for an assassination? No.
You can certainly try. Roll to hit.
Alright, I'll try and steady myself and get the assassination attempt. 15 at third.
15 at third. You're no longer blind firing. Third. 15. Yeah, no, this thing is dark, hard to see. And granted, you're running off of infravision. Miss. It hits
Yep.
this thing's armor backplating and such. Yeah, nil.
Damn.
Ecroromede, you'll
Yes.
have an option at the beginning of new, as will you. Velvin. Xavier is shaky, but yeah, Cleric you all haven't heard from.
Okay, and I see the creature.
You do see it, yes. In fact,
And
you'll be
it's
able to
got-
see as it unfurls a giant pair of wings and begins trying to take flight.
Okay, and it's got one of ours.
You see that it's got Vasa hanging limply out of its mouth.
And the distance between me and it,
Call it about 40 feet, maybe 60.
do I think I can get to it before it gets airborne?
Let's see. It needs that much time. You have Chromede
Yes.
typing you something. Kind of a funkily phrased question there, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm checking my list. So, it's a big list.
If I recall correctly, that was the only other thing you had before.
Okay, wyvern, but this is not a wyvern.
No, it is not.
The blue dragon, the sand dragon, an undead dragon,
That's a good point. I have used a lot of dragons.
fairy dragon.
It is
But-
Dungeons and Dragons.
It is.
I'm sorry, Dom. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, I'm trying.
I'm not seeing any other specifically dragons.
Alright. So in that case, you're uncertain about that. I'm going to give you a guess check. Yeah, you think you can reach it. You're pretty sure.
Crap. And this.
It's obviously not as big as the ancient massive blue dragon, but it's of decent size, so it might take it a while to take off.
charge it down and attack. Sword.
Alright, charging, moving at top speed. Okay,
Yeah.
and go ahead and type that up, and someone give me initiative.
I got
Roll
it.
high.
We got a
Boss's
4.
life is in the balance.
We got a 4.
Okay, party does. Type. Does have initiative, that's right. Action's already declared. Okay, Ecroromede moving at top speed. You move at 24 this round. You are that many distance away. That means it will take you that many segments to reach it. The creature needs to unfurl its wing, begin flapping, and mind you, it's moving while it does this to try and get airspeed. It moves at that rate, and it's not fleeing at top speed, but it's not lingering around. Something just detonated magic over its head, so instead of grabbing 2 of the party, it just grabbed the first one. Yeah, evil monsters kidnapping party members. Can't imagine some sick dungeon master who would do that. Okay, the monster continues to try and go. Ecroromede, you're charging it down. Velvin, roll to hit that bow attack.
16 at third.
Third, 16. No, again, it's hard to hit this thing for some reason.
Holy hell.
Oh, damn it, I forgot something. I guess that's an auto-fail. I have to make an adjustment. I apologize, party. I almost forgot something very important. Okay. So yeah, Ecroromede, your move to charge it down, you will actually manage to get there before it takes off, but like its wings are beating against the air like a giant drum, and it's starting to lift off. You will, however, have a chance to strike it by like the underbelly foreleg area. Roll to hit. You are +2 to hit from charging.
4 plus 2 from the charge, plus 9.
That should
15.
hit. Dice damage.
It is large.
It is large.
5 plus 12, 17 plus charge.
17 plus charge. I forget if we determined if charge doubles it or not. I know set to receive does double, but no strength. I forget if we have to determine charge.
When me and you charged with Hans, we got double damage.
Alright, then I'm doubling it. 17 doubled becomes 34. Nicely done. Alright, and guess what? That's more than half. The creature realistically cannot fly with that much damage sustained. Realistically, that's still the lower body. The wing should work fine, but I'm going to rule here. The creature lets out a roar and drops Vasa. Vasa, subtract 2 more points from your hit pool, as you will take fall damage. Your body kind of thuds against the ground. And now you have pissed this thing off, Ecroromede. It whips around to go ahead and attack you. You've got one thing, Velvin, you're still trying to do. Bowfire Cleric is somewhere in the mist, sleeping or dead. Voss is on the ground, unconscious. Creature's first attack will be a claw. I'm going to give it the claw, no bite, or rather a claw bite, since its first attack was taken by it trying to run, and now it's switched itself. And that will be a miss, thanks to displacement, if nothing else. Velvin,
Yes,
you
sir?
have a bow shot still, I believe, and we're going to do you out of order here. Roll to hit.
Coming in.
Get a crit. Please get a crit. I believe in you.
Nope, I rolled a 4.
4. Yeah, no, off into the darkness. Maybe you hit it, maybe not. It's hard to tell with this thing. Yeah, Ecroromede, it's a dragon of some kind.
Yeah, kind of figured.
Yeah, alright. You get your second attack, though. Roll to hit.
3 plus 9.
3
Since
plus
I don't
9
think I'm on the
is a
charge
10th.
anymore.
Yeah, 10th. 9. Miss. Alright.
A 12?
Yeah.
Oh,
12,
okay.
10th. Miss. I'm sorry, that
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, the thing, it's freaking annoying to hit, let me tell you that. It goes for
a
the
damn
bite
dragon.
attack. Okay. Dragon functions as a monster of that many hit dice. Oh, my bad, it should be that many hit dice. God damn it, I'm stupid. No. You are armor class -2 currently, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a miss on the bite. You managed to dodge back in time as the teeth snap shut, like over by where your head would have been. Yeah. Alright, that's your 2 attacks. That's the bow attack. That's the unconscious thing. Yes, the creature snorts and draws back its head at Ecroromede. You're probably having Nam flashbacks. No. This will be round 3. Okay. Attack with Shock and Grasp. Okay. Vasa, you can deduct 1 hit point from bleeding out. Initiative party.
I got it. With the big 5.
Big 5 party
Ooh.
has initiative. Velvin rolled a hit.
Rolling in. Miss.
Miss. What'd you roll?
If it's not, I rolled a 12. I know. If it's not a 20, I miss.
No, you could have possibly hit better. 12 at
Yeah.
third, however, is still a miss. For what it's worth,
Yeah.
you needed that to hit. Alright.
Yeah.
So,
Got that.
Ecroromede,
Thank you.
at this point, you're going to attack with the Shocking Grasp as this thing goes to do its weapon. You're right up there with it. You got the sword. Roll to hit.
Cocked. Damn it. 11 plus 9.
20 at 10 hits. Dice damage.
18 physical.
Alright.
15 electrical.
15 electrical. Give me a second. It does have this. You are a caster of 10th level. That is one below there. So that becomes a that. Its magic resistance fails to work this time. It did actually resist your thing, which is what I had to roll back. It resisted Spirit Fire, but not this. And yeah, the electrical thing, it does make it growl loudly and writhe around and start shaking and twisting, and it doesn't look like it's trying to breathe anymore. You may or may not be sure what it's trying to do. It's thrashing. Velvin, you can get that second bowfire before this.
Okay. 17 plus 2, 19.
19. Okay, your arrow may or may not have hit it. It's hard to tell. You can dice damage if it would have.
4.
Alright.
You can just straight up lie to me. Okay?
Right, at this point, I will tell you the truth. The creature was only hit by +1 or better.
It doesn't matter.
Chromie, dice evasions.
Max.
Max, okay.
Max.
Yeah, the death throws will miss you.
That
Black smoke billows out from the mouth, and the creature lets out a roar. That kind of like loud, but dies. GG party. You just killed a shadow dragon.
That put me at -10 for the round.
That was nice. My armor class is better than Jaziel's. Alright.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was a shadow dragon. I didn't remember them blowing out smoke that caused...
They have a breath weapon that does shit. So the shit it does, good news, is not permanent, hence why I didn't want to bother. It will drain you for 3/4 of your levels temporarily on an unsuccessful save. Half on a save. Now, this is in terms of hit points and fighting ability, I believe. It might not even be hit points. The description is vague. It also does darkness, so I was trying to figure out if a light spell would cancel out the cloud, and if it would cancel out the life drain or just the darkness. I ruled that a light spell would function as a torch within it and protect you within the torch's radius, essentially. If you hadn't already been exposed. If you were exposed, then yeah, you'd suffer for the duration. Good news is, after 20 minutes, this thing's will fade. It was actually kind of on the smaller end. Also younger. Yeah. This was a young adult.
I was about to throw a continual light coin in there when it started to abscond with our goat girl.
So it was young, and it wasn't very strong. Remember, I run strong Denali dragons, so it knew that. It had vision comparable to seeing in full daylight, so it saw everyone who was trying to hide in shadows as if there weren't any shadows.
But it still chose to go into the firelight over coming for me.
Well, it made a darkness light. It dipped out. It considered going for you, but there were a couple people there who looked pretty sickly and tastely, so... I played an intelligent monster. GG, you killed it.
No, good job.
Alright. So, Binding Wound, GG's. Okay, GG's
I'm
wounds
glad it didn't
will be bound. Vasa, you get 1 hit point back this round. That should put you like -3 to -5. I forget your exact numbers. Vasa, your hit points, your wounds are bound by Ecroromede this round. You're good. You won't bleed out, hopefully. That being said, you're probably unconscious for the duration. Because I believe you're at like -3 to -5. What's for the thing about it? It might fuck me, but does it hit Vasa? No, Ecroromede grabbed you and absconded with you. You're good. This isn't me being nice. I rolled basically a to-hit roll as a monster of 10th level, rough equivalent to where this thing was at after I adjusted it, and Ecroromede rolled max, and it rolled a 1. You're at -5, duly noted, Vasa. You may or may not want to update that triage. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Negative
Xavier looks weak and
8%.
shaky at first, guys, but after about 20 minutes he will recover. I'm gonna kind of choo y'all along if you'd like here.
Go for it.
Okay.
So yeah, after about a half hour, the effects of the breath weapon wear off. If you want to get bolts, I hate to say it, and none of them actually hit it, Velvin, and you aren't bothering to recover your bolts, so up to you.
Nope, I'm good.
Is the party doing anything special after, the immediate wounds have been bound and tended to?
Put Goat Girl on the wagon with the cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck. We got 2 down party members here.
Okay. How much of your watch is left, Velvin?
You
I was
garner about
mid
an
to
hour,
late.
Vel.
Yeah, I got an hour left. Should we just pack up and move out now? This
No.
place seems quite problematic.
No, because Jaziel isn't here.
Ah. Very
For
true.
what's worth, Ecroromede, you're pretty sure Jaziel can handle himself.
Yeah, but I don't feel like walking.
Well, Xavier
there
is
is the
amicable to
cleric's
either
horse.
thing. You're all other professionals. He's not going to try and reason with you all if it's safer to go out at night or wait for dawn.
We've killed so much shit. How far away from camp did the dragon get before it fell?
About 80 to 90 feet. You had to chase it down a wee bit. It was going to take to the skies for a bit.
Look, companions, if anything else comes along hungry, there's a dead, shadowy dragon over yonder. That's much better eating than us. So, damn.
Yeah. Should we perhaps take some of that meat for ourselves? That's a lot of meat. Dragon meat is pretty good from what I hear.
Maybe under the light of day we can check.
Yes, if the carrion haven't gotten all to it.
I don't think it's wise for the 2 of us to leave the rest of the party unguarded
You
while
are
we
very correct.
butcher dragon meat. So, yeah,
Shadow dragon steaks. Turn you invisible after eating them. If only.
finish your watch, since I've been woken so many times this night, and then I'll have the rest of the watch.
Yes, sir.
Good news. Nothing else tries the party during the night. The cleric gets a hit point restored.
Oh, Christ.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, with the light of day, I'll start cooking up some food.
Okay. Now, for what it's worth, so I did roll up a couple giant scorpions for later on. At first, I sent them the way. Now I'm just going to send them to, okay, they ate at the shadow dragon. Pecked out its eyes, that kind of shit.
Oh, light shines on Denalia. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
LSOD.
When Jaziel gets there, I will tell him about that one encounter that he might be most interested in.
He seems interested for as much as a non-verbal nightmare can seem.
Okay. And fill him in on the other encounters. And eat some damn breakfast.
Yes. Party, mark off your rations. Amanda is stable but still unconscious. Vasa is not looking too great. Like, she's alive, she does not appear to be bleeding out, that you can tell. Her head is still attached to her body and she is breathing. But, yeah, her condition might be bad. Xavier makes a note to buy a healing potion next time he adventures with you all.
Try to wake up the healer.
Well, try as you might, she's not quite in a coma, but she's non-responsive. You don't think she's just sleeping for the fun of it. She's been out for over 24 hours now. She's still at negative hit points, sorry guys, even with the one from a night of rest.
Yep, I just said that with my mic muted.
To be fair, the dragon breath did hit her, but then she recovered from it, so I don't know if that counts enough to be a day of rest so much, but fuck it, giving it to her, why not? So what's the party's intention after breakfast? Oh, I need to check for encounters, silly me.
All right.
We need to make it to Renvera as soon as possible.
What's that? 4 more shadow dragons descend on the party. Joking.
Yeah, 4 more in the daylight. I can handle their asses.
Yeah, they're weaker in the day.
All right,
Uh,
Jazeel, Velvin, keep an eye out for me while I get some spells back.
Indeed.
Jaziel
And
nods.
okay,
Xavier does what he can as far as taking notes of the Shadow Dragon. He's staying within camp, though. He's not going over to it.
I proceed to tell Jaziel about our encounter with the nightmare last night.
Jaziel gives you a kind of a blink nod.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
You
6
you
minutes.
creatures are quite tough, I tell him.
6 minutes casting 2 stone skins on Velvin.
Done and done.
Can I have 2? Because I already have 2 on me. Can I have more than 3?
That actually does pop you up to 4, although you shouldn't have shared that with him.
Sorry.
You're
I'm
good. You're
sorry.
good. You're
Get
good.
those spells back. That'll take 24 minutes,
Okay.
and then 15 minutes for recovering spirit fire.
Was that because I was a lower level before? Because you said it was limited at 3 before one
That's
time.
that's generally for the magic user's own consideration, but I would think that your level would reflect on that also.
Oh.
Okay.
I was going to rule that it was based off the level of the caster, you know? A caster of 20th level could stack and 10 on you, even if you were
Because
first.
really, you have no idea how many stone skins you've got.
Yeah, that was all out of character. I was just trying
Yeah.
not to break I wasn't sure about the rule, right?
Well, don't worry, if we go too much further, we get to talk about steel-toed boots and stubbing your toe. Anyways, so after you're done applying the stone skins to Velvin, and you've gotten your spells back, which does happen without event, that the party is aware of.
Okay. Then let's get mounted up. And Xavier, I suppose you're driving the wagon. Or is Velvin?
I'll drive the wagon. Xavier can continue to ride his horse.
Okay.
The man is paying. He shouldn't have to drive.
All right. In that case, then I'll be on point with Jazeel, and we are moving.
Alright, that is a non-encounter for what it's worth. Y'all did have an encounter, but the second it gets close to Jaziel, it's like, fuck that, nope, and running. Alright, the party begins moving out. How fast is the party moving?
We're on the road, right?
Yep.
2.5.
2.5. Alright, after about an hour, maybe only 30 minutes or so of travel, the party crests a hill and sees in the distance the city of Rinvera. Y'all were 6 miles away. The remaining couple hours pass without event, as you all enter the more farmland, and yeah, it works. This puts the party at there. Alright, Xavier will say that he's happy to pay you all, but let's get half the party to healers first. Pick your
That was
poison
the
of
plan.
temples, otherwise he'll recommend the Sun Goddess's temple. He's on good standings with them.
Okay. Well, then if he's on good standing with the Sun Goddess, then we go there.
Alright, well,
I'm not going inside.
yeah, no, so the party being of evil alignment, if you all want to suggest, no, let's go to the War God Temple instead, he'll be upfront with that. You know, you all are the professionals here. He says
No,
good
he's got good
standing, but
standing with
it's
them.
might be a bit of an exaggeration there. Good standing, they don't hate me.
They
I
don't
helped them
hate
once
you.
with a certain cursed sword, getting some legends off of it, so...
All right, in that case, Dungeon Master, do we know if there is a Temple of Quintus?
Quintus, the god of chaos. Velvin, you are not a follower of Quintus, are you? Or cleric?
Nope.
That being said, you all have been through here a few times. Ecroromede, give me an intel check.
Through here a few times.
Oh, damn, I failed.
Oof. Yeah, no, you're not certain, Ecroromede. There are a few temples here. You know that. This is a big city, and you've heard of many different gods of worship at one point or another. If it's Quintus, you don't recall hearing it, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
All right, well, I do know where the War God Temple is, right?
Big central building. Obviously not perfect center, that'd be the Colosseum, but yeah.
The arena.
You're only in his holy city.
Okay, we'll go there.
Yep,
There is a temple of Dactarine here as well, isn't there? That we know about?
Yeah, but I try not to chafe them.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so y'all are heading to the Temple of Zarbad?
Yes.
Xavier will accompany y'all, of course. It's on the way to his place anyways, more or less. He'd circle around it, but y'all are going straight to the heart of the city. During this time, this will take a little bit of time, obviously. Ooh! No, wait, hold on, that's right. It's 15% outside, 10 in. Yeah, there will be no encounters during this time. It takes the party about an hour and a half to get to the center of the city. All things considered, that's very generous. Don't try it. Alright. So the party gets to the rough center of the city, to the major Temple of Zarbad. There's the armed guards out front. Do y'all want me to skippity-doo, get to the end? Or do you want to blow-by-blow this?
Hail, Guardians of the War God. We need a cleric out here.
Alright.
We have some injured people.
They'll, guide you to get the wagon over there, get the clerics over there, and okay. They can do healing, of course. They'll inquire about payment, and you'll direct them to the purses of the party members, right?
Yes.
Alright, so let's start with the easy bit.
I will administer the payment from said party members' purses.
Alright, so let's start with Vasa. Vasa, the cleric, deems you as in pretty bad condition, thus they're going to try a Cure Serious Wounds on you. They will restore you for 14 points of hit. Yes, 14 points of hit. You're entitled to a perception check to awaken at this time. As this should put you towards positive 9. Alright, so yeah, Vasa, that should be pretty good. You will awaken after the healing magic has been applied, and the cleric will give you the look of a cleric who just healed you, whatever that would be. Probably a smile of some kind, very reassuring. Like, yes, you're alive, goat girl. Obviously, they wouldn't call you that. That will be, and here's the thing where it's pissing me off. Where the hell is the cost of spells? Here it is. Cure. Serious Wounds. That will be 500 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah, that's taken out of Goat Girl's.
Right. Dom, mark off the thing, or try and argue. Up to you. Yes,
Oh,
I
it's gonna
argue
get
with the
paid
cleric.
before he wakes up.
Yeah. So yeah, Dom, mark that off. And then they'll ask if you require further healing. I'm just going to deal with the cleric off screen because I don't have to go blow by blow with them. The cleric will get healed until consciousness, and at that point they may be like, nah, I got it from here. Do you have a cut for 1,000? Yes, they can give you change for 1,000, if that's what you're asking. Whatever standard denominations work.
If they didn't, I did.
So yeah. Vasa, do you wish to have further? Okay. Okay, Vasa, they will thank you for the very generous donation and ask if you require any further healing. You might have to ask if you can get your change back, or they might have just interpreted it as, oh, they're generously donating. How nice of them. Up to you. I gotta play my NPCs, man. Okay, yes, certainly. They'll give you your change back and again inquire. Do you wish for further healing at this time? Looking for a yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Can you repeat the question? You're fine. Alright, in that case, they wish you they wish that your death, when it inevitably comes, be fun, enjoyable, and most of all, glorious. Monk healing BS. Okay, you break your arm and set it right, or however the hell it works. Roll it. For 5 points of damage. Yay for you. Update your triage if you'd like. They'll do stuff with the cleric. Heal her. She's healed. Yay! She might just get one, then heal herself a few times. At this point, the party being healed up, are you all heading to Xavier's?
Yes.
Okay, Xavier will lead the way. Let me check for any possible encounters on the way. Ah, the eye. Voss, are you asking the cleric or the temple? Cleric. Alright, well, she would respond that she's heard of magics which can do such, but they are beyond her power at this time. She'd advise you to go to a temple. In fact, her temple's right here in the city, about 2 blocks down. She doesn't blame y'all for not knowing that.
Yes, we thought of taking you there, but we decided to do something random instead.
Charisma check, Ecroromede.
Huh?
Give me a charisma check.
I rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18. The cleric rolls her eyes at you. The way of Quintus isn't to be random, it's to be smart. People are so caught up in their rules, and she'll go on some rant about how... Quintus's big thing, by the way, guys, isn't just lol, be random and do random shit. It's literally, think about what you're doing. Does it make sense? Great, do it. Does it not make sense? Do something different. Break up the routine so you don't get settled in stupid patterns of thought that end up getting you killed. Seriously. How many soldiers march off to war and die because they did stupid things that were drilled into them? You need to think, damn it. Quintus's men think of themselves as free thinkers. Hence why they're terrible soldiers. They can't follow orders worth a damn. Vasa, you sure you don't want to be there for when Xavier gives out the pay? It might be better to not split up the party, please, cough cough.
Where was he going?
You'll go later. Okay. Sorry, Dom, I'm just trying to keep things moving. 11 plus 3 becomes 14, a nice even 2 weeks. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, Xavier leads the way. There are no further encounters. Vasa, you sure you don't want to pay to get healed further before I move time along? That's why you wanted to head to the temple. Okay, which temple were you planning to head to? Like, I can roll back time and you're at the temple, you're like, hey, heal me more. Which temple are we talking here? Either Quintus's or Fernarno's. Okay. Well, you get to pick which one. I'm going to keep the party together here. You'll be like, here, party, let me make a pit stop at another temple, and at that point you'll try and do that.
Okay, since I think this is going to take y'all a minute or two to try and heal Vasa's eye, I'm going to go for a smoke real quick.
A bundle of healing.
Guys, you might want to buy some healing potions while we're here.
So Vasa, I forget, this was a crit that did damage to the eye, right? So standard healing actually won't get that. You can be restored up to full. You'll need something to regenerate it.
We're in Renvero, right?
Now, a heal spell can do that, but it's slightly pricey. Yes, you're in Renvera, third largest city on the planet. At least that people know about.
Okay.
Population of almost 100,000 people, but during the tournament it holds about 600,000, maybe 8. How much will the spell be? Okay, so which temple are you going to? Is the first question. Fernarno, okay. You go to the Temple of Fernarno. You're a lawful evil, they're neutral and good, so your skin probably crawls, and I'm not going to make you make a saving throw just to save some time here, but you don't like it there. You know, it's... Chaotic neutral wouldn't have been much better for what's worth. That's still 3 steps removed. Anyways, they're known for their healing, so you'll ask, how much will a healing spell be? I need to quickly look at something. They will offer you, for the price of... He wouldn't turn it down, but the temple doesn't work for free. You know, they subside off of donations from the poor and the injured. So for 2,500 gold pieces, your eye can be yours again. Which is pretty nice. Regenerate for what it's worth has a suggested price that is very nasty. But you don't really need regenerate, you just need one eye back, so 2,500 for a heal, essentially.
That's pretty good. That's fair of you.
Since I know girls went out, but could we just speed this along and do some quick math real quick?
Go ahead, what's the math?
Could we just say 5,500 gold pieces and call it a day where she has her eye back and she's fully healed?
If you'd like, sure. I was going to fully heal you with the 2,500, but if you want 5,500, go ahead.
As they gratefully accept your donation.
Your call, Vasa.
It was more of the fact I thought the heal was only going to restore the eye.
No, it's a heal spell. So it's going to restore the eye, bless all but 1 die 4.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was going to be nice and be like, okay, and as a compliment, you know, they slap on a Cure Light Wounds from a decent level cleric and boom, fall. You good with that?
Sure.
Alright, 2,500 removed, and boom, your eyes are restored. You can wink again without blinking.
That was pretty good. Wink again without blinking.
It's like when that one player got their hand cut off, and actually it was Susie. Susie, you can clap again.
Without a use of a 2x4.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Vasa, you are whole once again. Your hit points are restored to full. Your cleric, of course, being a cheap bastard, will probably just heal herself later. Her wounds are bad, but not terrible. The party then heads with Xavier towards his place.
Yes.
Alright, adding time
Indeed.
for the visit of Temple for Narno. Okay. Xavier will invite you all in if you'd like, and help him bring in the scrolls, and yes. He's got a laboratory upstairs, and then he'll go get your pay from the safe. Y'all worked for him for 14 days, plus an extra 5 days were spent clearing out the dungeon after he had gone back to the city. Thus, he declares 2 weeks' pay, and he will give you each 2,000 gold pieces and whatever verified gemstones from 100 to 1,000 works for you. This is also worth XP, guys. Also worth XP. Now, I imagine the party wants their XP calced, don't they?
That would be nice.
Right. So I'm just going to quickly throw out some numbers here to make things easier. That's that much for the nightmare. Juju zombies have listed, so I'm just going to use listed for the sake of expediency. But first, let me get the Shadow Dragon. Except I'm going to have to crunch that one. Fuck. Okay, party, do you want all the stuff so far, and I'll crunch up everything tonight afterwards, or would you like me to pause session for like 5-10 minutes while I crunch up XP for everything?
Well, where are we going after that?
Party?
Hello?
I'm still here.
Yeah. And anybody else? What are we doing? What's the plans here?
I say crunch the full thing.
Girls?
At the end? Yeah.
I'm good either way.
Alright, well,
Either way.
Dom, you want it now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know
okay.
we need training to level up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I was like, well, we should just do it now, and we can get into this whole planning our time skip or whatever's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, give me a second. That becomes 404. Crunching the Juju zombies puts them at 800.
I did want to do a little role play of going back to the Drunken Fighter and partying for the night to celebrate.
Well, the party might want to go out and shop or stuff, but go ahead.
Is that 2,000 GP each?
Yes,
Yeah.
each. Xavier pays well
Okay.
because he knows that shit loves to attack him. Xavier has enmity with some monster lord, apparently, because Jesus Christ, every time he's gone out, it's been horrifying. Champas are pretty cheap. They're like one-hit die monsters. They get a special because they get 4 attacks per round. I'm going to generate them as that real quick. You have a new monster idea. I hope you all enjoyed the Champas. They were fun. So cute and harmless, and y'all brutally murdered them. 10 each, times 3, plus another 10, plus another 1 per hit point. One had 3, one had 3, one had 6. My bad, 3, 4, 6 is 13. So that's 30 plus 10 plus that. They get a special for 4 each. So that's 4 times 3 is 12, because he didn't kill the last one, he just ran away, hence why it's just base. That becomes 35 plus 30 is 65 for the Champas. Very big money, obviously.
Mm-hmm. The dragon, though.
The Shadow Dragon is, of course, going to be the big guy. I have no clue what the hell I'm listening to. I queued up something. Also, yeah, the Lich is worth a lot. Okay, so the Shadow Dragon's where it gets to be fun. I doubled the Shadow Dragon's thing, and yeah, he was a 10 plus 10 hit die monster at the end of things. That's why he could hit so damn easily. Okay, so 10 plus becomes 900 base plus 14 per hit point. He had 58 hit points. And now for the fun shit. He could do a lot of damage. He had that Shadow Breath weapon. He had 3 attacks. He had Flight. He had that. He didn't have any spells. He was rather on the young end. Calc.
Or you could just look in the book.
Yeah, no, I don't like the book, though, because remember, I'm doubling their hit dice as a kind of measure to make dragons, actually terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you want, I'll give you the book XP, nice and easy.
Yeah.
But... So yeah, just as a quick and dirty measure, it doesn't matter if the party got a little bit more there. Alright, so that's that. Back to XP calc. There.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be quite worth quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all that together is 65 plus 844 plus
I was sure we lost Vasa.
divide by 4. Except the cleric wasn't there, so divide by 1,
Yeah, I
multiply by
thought
4,
about going
divide
for
by
the
3.
kill attempt, but my bolts weren't poisoned, which means I'd had to do called shots. That would have been tricky as shit.
Okay, so that becomes a there.
And I thought about using a vertical lightning bolt. But if I didn't do enough damage, then it would escape. And I would have lost my edge because I would have had to stop to cast.
Yep.
XP. DJ Lich.
But since I was able to run it down and stop it from flying away, yes. 85. Yeah, I bet you were.
Yeah, no, 2 HP and the thing targets you, and it's like, fucking hell.
So Dungeon Master, I put the 2000 XP from the gold onto my assassin, and I put the 8500 on fighter.
Mm.
I figured that was a fair split.
2000 from the gold on assassin and the 85 on fighter.
Yeah, that's a fair split all around.
I'd say yeah, that's decent.
Because I did try assassination attempts on these monsters.
You did, so I think that sounds fair. Honestly, you might even be willing to like split it evenly down the middle if you wanted to, where it's 525 each. I'll let you figure that one out.
I just figured I'd go a little heavier on the fighter, and this gets me to a place that's good for my level.
As long as you're not metaing where it's like, okay, I need that much, so I'm shuffling that much there. That's the shit
No,
I can't stand.
I could have put more on assassin, which I'm already over the level anyways. So I just threw it on fighter because I'm a long ways on that one.
Alright, that's allowable. Okay, so Vasa got her eye fixed, the party's getting their XP, and then after payments, question mark? Lunchtime-ish, X offers y'all to peruse the library at will, he will get some fares. So Xavier is very pleased with y'all and thanks y'all a whole bunch, where it's like, yes, he thinks this might be it. He's hoping. 20 scrolls all at once is a pretty big haul, and yeah. Once he knows more, he'll get in touch with y'all. Don't expect it to be tomorrow, this could take, last batch took him 8 months, and that was like a book. Granted, the book had about 300 pages in it, and these scrolls are, call it 10, 20 pages worth each, and there's 20 of them, so about the same, all things considered.
Okay. And I'll make sure, I'll tell him that I will make sure to let him know when I'm ready to start taking bids on the books in my possession.
Oh, right, those. Oh, that's right.
Yes.
You're certain you can't be paid to part with them now? Then again, perhaps I shouldn't. The clerics did seem rather insistent they should get it, and I would hate to get on the wrong side of the death god.
That is a thing. Anyhow.
Best of luck with that.
Yes. What the hell is this?
Yeah, the library is of course yours to peruse as you wish. If you're going to buy any books, speak to my assistants over there. I need to sort out some affairs and make sure that the place won't burn down when I'm upstairs.
I should have a copy of a book waiting for me back at the Drunken Fighter, along with my picture of Yelrin.
Let's see, I've got on my reminders, Mead's Book of Anatomy and Velvin's book on the Dark Wars were ready as of day 210. It's day 218, so yeah, they've been sitting there for 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Dungeon Master, I think that is our next
Alright. Now I forget the
destination.
thing on Yelrin, so yeah, you probably got that because I recall you did that.
Yeah, it was 2 days as well, so it would have been the same day.
Yep, so yeah, same day done. You will get those should you return to the Drunken Fighter. That's what the party's doing.
Yes.
Alright, nothing tries you all on the way there. And we move towards a little bit more of a scrap paper time. Yes, no, time skip time, because I imagine at this point the party needs to determine their actions. Lunch is, of course, comped by the
On the way back
establishment.
to the drunken fighter, would there be somewhere along the way I could pick up a scroll tube?
A scroll tube. Reasonably, you'd pass through some market or another. Standard price for standard item.
Thank you. I need something to
And
put the picture in.
Dungeon Master, was the cleric taking her leave
Nice.
of us?
So after getting paid, of course, the cleric bids you all a very fun day of stubbing your toes and vanquishing your foes, and departs.
And we get our things back?
Yes, your things shall be returned. The things being, remind me again, girls?
Didn't I loan her a miasma stone?
You loaned her one earlier, but hers turned back on. She either gave it back before or she's giving it back now.
Okay, then I'm back up to 4.
She ain't trying to rob you, you know. I've seen what happens to
Right.
things that piss you off. Yes.
See,
If you
I've
fight
made-
another lich, make sure you kill that bitch. Apparently she's rhyming today. And, yeah, she departs.
Okay. So,
Yay!
so we make it to the Drunken Fighter.
Yep, hold on. I'm just going to quickly pop her into NPC list. Bloop. Alright, party makes it to the Drunken Fighter. Lunch is, of course, comped, and yeah, the party has options.
Okay, Dungeon Master, real quick, I want to talk to my partner at the Drunken
I'll have to
Fighter.
check if your partner in crime is still there. You know, he's a busy guy, does things.
Well, if he's there.
No, he's out on business right now, one thing or another. But they can take a message if you'd like.
Okay, I'll check with the staff and see if any of them know how the city handles its sewage system.
Sewage system.
Yes.
Well, it depends where you are. This place, they basically just have chamber pots and some poor shithead. Poor shithead. That's the actual job title. No, some poor shit carrier has to carry it outside town limits and dump it over the wall type of deal. There are some places where Rinvera was built on top of old mining settlements once upon a time, supposedly, and there are catacombs beneath the city, some people say, but if they are, they're few and far between. A couple buildings have basements, but that's actually kind of an oddity on a place that used to be a desert.
Okay. Then I'll leave a message for my business partner that he may wish to inquire with the city because I might have something to help them with the issue.
Girls, work with me here. What's going on?
My 2 magic mice.
Oh.
Those
Alright.
those things, if they revert to their natural form, well, if you want to call that natural, they'll eat. And yeah.
Alright.
So
Now, you're leaving the mice there and instructing them to be fed so that this can just be put to the side of my head and I won't have to figure out the details on it, and maybe you get a commission for it. You know, sort of a finder's fee on getting rid of a problem.
Huh?
I'm asking you if you want, Grills. I can put this out of my head, you give it to the guys over there, they'll take care of the mice, give it to the city uses it for trash cleanup, and you get paid some money later on for the commission for that.
That sounds kind of fair because yeah.
I'll figure out a fair price on it later. My mind immediately went to just 1,000 gold pieces, if you want to just do that.
Because, you know, trying to use these in combat where I throw a mouse in a cage at something and then cast a spell magic, that just gets clunky and it's not very guaranteed to work. And I figure the king already has something like that for the capital.
It's
You should
entirely
probably-
possible. I have not perused the manuals enough to know. Oh yeah, levelers to level roads. Okay, I picked up on that, but
If that's the plan, Mead, you should keep it for the keep. One of them, at least.
don't make me do that. Don't make me figure out whose ass that's crawling into.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll come up with something else for the keep when the time comes. So, Dungeon
Thank you.
Master,
Okay.
I'm going to mark off the 2 mice.
Alright. For the sake of getting it out of my head, Ecroromede, at some point or another you'll be paid 1,000 gold pieces, but it's retroactively in your pocket, since you're probably just saving it. That's also worth XP. You can choose to split it with your party members if you'd like, where everyone gets 3, 3, 4, or you can keep the 1,000 for yourself. Boom.
Yeah,
Play
I'm
your
gonna
alignment.
I'm gonna play my alignment on that one. 'Cause,
Good job.
Not that I'm
Alright.
trying to hose y'all, but
Hey, it was your
That's
spell.
solid magic user XP, I would say.
Yeah. Let's see, where do I
Okay.
have my 1,000 gold piece gems recorded? Okay.
Alright, so that's dealt with. One less gear to worry about. Okay, Xavier, I don't need to keep track of anymore. He can go back into NPC's listing.
Vasa, have you made your level now?
Ooh, I almost forgot. If anyone cares, they could say hi to Dave the Cactus on Xavier's desk.
Who's Dave the Cactus?
Ask Ecroromede. He might chuckle at the sign.
I will steeple my fingers to Dave the Cactus.
Vasa, speak with plants. You have that ability?
She actually should.
I didn't
at
realize
her
you were at
level.
that level. I know the druids do. But give me
Yes,
a...
Vasa does speak with plants. One of the only abilities that I thought I'd never use.
You alright over there, Mama?
Alright, the cactus is not exactly intelligent. To translate it as best into English as you can, it's a cactus. It wants water.
But it's telling him I'm a cactus, I want water?
No, me, the dungeon master, is telling Vasa, the player.
Oh, okay.
Speak with plants.
Yeah, it's
That's
another character
ability
joke.
F gained at 8th level. I'll be damned. Alright, Xavier will thank you for the tip and make sure those people are doing it enough. Just out of curiosity, I want to check, just make sure I understand that spell. When cast, enables the cleric to converse in very rudimentary terms with all sorts of living vegetables. Question plants as to whether or not creatures have passed through, cost like it's to part way to enable even passage, require similar things. Does not enable them to animate non-ambulatory vegetation. The power of the cleric lasts for 1 melee round per level. All vegetation with the area of effect are under command of the spell. The material component is blah, blah, blah. Okay. So yeah, no, it's a plant. It doesn't have a brain, but you're able to interface with it.
You can only speak to monster plants?
No, normal plants work. Monster plants might not, actually.
Monster plants might have enough of a brain that you could actually have a conversation past. Oh, what stepped on you? What brushed up against you in the last so many hours?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was gonna roll, if like what brushed up against you, they wouldn't know. Something brushed me.
A thing.
Yeah, a thing.
Master,
How big was
a
it?
thing.
What is big?
It was very big. It was bigger than the grass.
Yes. Was it warm? No, it was not as warm as the sun.
Very cold.
I taught you well.
Yeah.
At least you guys are putting the hate towards all the players, not just the mages like Gygax.
Yeah. No, the fact of the matter is the players do have several abilities that are powerful, and several of them that are more powerful than they think they are. Now, reasonably, that actually takes like a turn to tune in if we're doing it as druids do. Although druids might, I don't know. Fuck it, you get it, it's done.
I need to mark off these 14 scrolls because those are gone.
Alright, so yeah, Dom, in case I didn't say it, I'm pretty sure I did, but yeah, Xavier thanks you for the information and reprimands the shopkeep. Hey, make sure Dave's getting enough water. It's like, dude, it's a plant. It's a cactus. They always want water.
Alright, in that case, Dungeon Master, I think next on our itinerary is we revel for a few hours with drink and food at my tavern.
Very much so.
Alright, the food will keep coming as long as you keep asking for it. Y'all did complete a quest, yay for you. And nothing happens for the next several hours.
I'll buy a round for everybody in the tavern.
You're not buying Velvin, but yeah, no, they'll toss out a round and warn you not to do that too many times. The patrons get used to it and stop paying. And that being said, yeah, drinks for everyone. Alright. So, dinner time is when the party wants to do stuff? Like, what's the party's goals at this point? We could start time skipping if y'all want.
Well, Dungeon Master, I need to get back to my keep with a wagon load of stuff.
For the orcs and the house.
And other than mundane supplies, are you buying anything special on this trip?
No, because I've got some secondhand weapons to give them already. And, but I will send out a feeler for any stonemasons because I think I've got the funds.
Alright. How are you sending out this feeler?
Have a messenger go out, see if do the Masons have like a guild or something? Because remember, I contacted them before about prices.
I believe so, yeah. Some runner, are you just like telling some boy from the inn to take a minute off and help you? You're paying someone? Just throw funds at it if you want, otherwise cheap labor, cheap times, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to detract from my labor force here, so I'll pay a gold to have a runner.
So yeah, as before, that spreadsheet of the cost of shit should still be accurate. Yeah.
Where is that spreadsheet?
I sent that to you a while back, but I can send it again because I still have it.
Okay, good, because I don't.
Rapscallions, rules for the
Well,
tournament.
I'm sure I do somewhere. I just
Mead construction invoice. Haha. Edit message. Control A, Control C, cancel edit. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Scroll all the way to the bottom for the grand total. This is just math.
Grand total 39,000.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Uh-huh. That's to hire the thing and bring in shipments of stone and bring in the people and have them start working. And note that you've got, where the laborers, an expert mason, 2 apprentices, and 6 laborers working at a decent rate.
Okay, that was name that labor force again.
So for at the keep, not bringing in the stone, this is 1 expert mason, 2 apprentice masons, and 6 general laborers. You know, the expert's there with the blueprint, and he tells the apprentices, okay, today you're going to build this foundation here. It needs to be here by here, there by there. You take these 3 guys with you, you do that. I'll come by in an hour and make sure you're doing it right. And you're doing this section of wall here, and, you know, he coordinates them. The apprentices are the foremen who carry it out, and the laborers do the labor. And, you know, they're all going to pitch in to help with the grunt work. It's a pretty big job, so they're expecting it to take a couple years. You know, you're building up a keep here.
21, 26.
Yes, you should put them to work at the beginning of the time skip.
That is ideal.
Okay, then the message 2 said, Master Mason, let the work begin.
Alright. So yeah, they're also hiring some porters and guards to bring shipments of stone in from Ironkeep. Should be pretty straightforward. He'll gather up his men. Are you escorting them to the work site?
We can do that. I can do that tomorrow on the next day.
Next day, it's... Yeah.
Well, you know what, Dungeon Master, seriously, it's going to probably take them more than a full day to get
all the tools and people together. And because, yeah, essentially they're going to bring camping supplies. They're living there. They're not commuting back and forth.
Right. Okay.
Another thing, and this is a temporary cost, you get to keep them, or you can pay extra and, you know, they'll give them to you at the end of it, or, you know, refund you on it at the end of it. Magic crystals. If you throw like another 3,000, let's say, at the problem, it's good.
Okay, I think I can manage that.
All right, and that's just call it a down payment, if you will, because you're either buying the crystals or renting them type of deal. I'm not going to bust your balls on this, you know, just...
Okay, yeah. I've got to math some here.
Yep, you have fun with that.
For me, Dungeon Master, there will be 2 levels of fighter and 2 levels of assassin.
Now, Grills, reasonably, this takes a couple of years. You could get them like half up front, and they'll keep going. So if you want to chip away at this, it should be reasonable.
Yes, but half up front, I'll do that. So let's
20K up front should be good.
20K. Okay, so I'm going to mark that off.
All right. Gina, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just mentioning what my things are for the time skip coming in 2 levels of fighter and 2 levels of assassin.
Duelist. Mead has paid 20K GP out of... I'm just going to round it up to 40K. It's not that, obviously, but just for the sake of keeping track. So you've paid half up front, and yeah, that's enough to at least get them started. I imagine you'll ask them to prioritize the back wall first, get that thing shored up before you start adding things.
Yes.
All right. It shall be done.
Guys, that's awesome. I actually had 20K On me. 21K on me to throw at this.
Now, this doesn't, like the invoice says, it doesn't include any furniture or such. They'll put indoors, but like for the upper level, you want it to have bed, equipment racks, etc. You'll have to do that.
Right.
I don't know if we still have, yeah, no, because that was on the quasi-season of Continuum like 2 seasons ago, if we still have a copy of that, but I have this built out, and we'll have to get a map of it, like on graph paper type of deal. But that can wait. Okay, Velvin, you've got 4 levels, essentially, you want to do. Are you
And I
going to
want to
be...
pay. Go ahead.
Well, how does the party want to do this? Because, you know, Ecroromede, you've got these things going on where people are going to be coming to the keep and working. I don't know if you're leveling up or such. Gina's got to level up. Dom's character actually isn't leveling up amazingly enough, but might want to do stuff. How does the party want to handle this?
Okay, so Dungeon Master, yes, I did level up an assassin, and I need
Nice.
to train for that. But yeah, there might be 2, maybe 3 people in all of Renvera that could assist in my training, and I do need to go back to the keep. It's been a while since I've been home.
Yeah, no, you'll still need to make the regular supply runs is the fun thing.
Yeah.
The orcs are getting pretty self-sufficient at this point. They can hunt and poach enough to feed the tribe, and maybe there's even a bit for you.
Okay.
Dragon
was
steaks are
thinking-
obviously all gone. Yes, Gina?
I was thinking of paying whoever I could find in Renvera the best masters in town to train me for both classes.
Well, fighters should be pretty easy. Even as a non-surface dweller, you know the Temple of Zarbot is known for their fighting.
Mm-hmm.
As far as assassinating, that's going to be interesting.
Well, I think, yeah.
Let me say this real quick just to get it out of the way. 3 light crossbows, 3 clubs, 2 daggers, and a spear donated to the tribe.
Done. I'm really not keeping track of what the tribe has. I'm sorry.
No, but you're keeping track, at least mentally, that I'm giving them good
You're
stuff.
equipping them, and at some point or another, it's going to be like, okay, orcs normally have armor class 5. You've been giving these guys every suit of chainmail you could find, so this scouting party of theirs has armor class 4. Because they've pieced together slightly better, you know.
And Dungeon Master, here comes the thing that overlaps with Gina, with Velvin, that I've noticed how he goes for those subtle, fight-stopping shots.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, I've got to give the Masons a full day. So, on the next day, while I'm getting the shopping done, I wish to take Velvin with me to introduce him to the grandmother or grandma, or, you know,
Alright. Today is
introduce
day
him
2.
to
Granny.
introduce him to the extended family.
Alright, so yeah. To make things brief and simple so we don't roleplay the entire session away, Gina, the Assassin's Guild in Renvera is run out of a house, or what appears to be a normal house. The basement, there is a basement here, and they've got this nice chimney. Standard protocol for surface level of Denalia is when you complete an assassination on a target, you take the head, bring it back to the guild, they verify the head is of the target, burn it, and you get paid. That's protocol for surface dwellers. Sub-dwellers may or may not do something similar. I have not put enough thought to it. Anyway, so they operate under the guise of a family house here. So the watchkeeper in front, who's a decent assassin of her own thing, is known as Granny. She looks like an old lady, and she could probably kick your ass. The grandfather, well, in this case, it's just Guildmaster, is known as Grandpa, and so on and so forth. You know, the distant cousin come to visit is another guild member in town type of deal. They've got a whole code system. We're not going into that. Ecroromede has a position of respect here, so he's able to introduce you easily enough.
I'm like an honorary member.
Mhm.
And so I can make the introduction and tell you that, of course, now if you're expecting training, they'll probably expect you to pay for that, a reasonable rate, and you'll probably want to pay membership dues, or how shall we phrase that? Upkeep for the family estate.
Of course. Gladly, sir.
So yeah, Velvin,
So,
even though you're from another guild, you'll explain that you're relocating and you're going through the appropriate thing of joining this guild here.
Yes.
And in that case, if you're interested in bounties for the guild, they mention they have an occasional stream here and there. Obviously, you won't have a new job every day. People aren't that insane usually, but things tribble in from time to time if you're interested. Up to you.
The Mistwalker keeps me fairly busy, but if there is ever any work that the family would need, my assistance with, I would gladly help.
Alright, and congratulations, Velvin. You've joined the Renvera Guild. I'm not gonna hit you over the head with the monthly dues and such, but if you throw money at them every now and again, that's good. You know,
Yeah,
training
whenever I come
costs
to
should
town
cover
type deal.
that. So, Vasa will get to you next, but Velvin, you have two classes to level up twice in. Let's just go
Yes, sir.
in order here. Which one do you want to start leveling up first?
I'm gonna go
Fire?
for smoke real quick.
Fighter. Okay, where are you training at?
The Temple of Zarabad, if they will have me.
Alright, the Temple of Zarbad. Yes, they will have you. Are you paying for an instructor?
Yes, sir. I will pay for the
Alright.
greatest instructor they have, and the
Alright.
highest rates there will put.
Well, those rates get very expensive.
I
But,
think I can afford it.
alright, it will be 1,000 gold pieces a week. And yes, they'll have a master beat you into shape if you'd like. Alright, so first week, give me an intel check.
Okay, Intel. Got a character sheet open. Ooh, Intel's 13. Come on. I rolled 1. Yeah.
Alright, you successfully learned that week's lessons. Second week, give me an intel check.
Okay. Oof. 13. Bang on.
Bang on. Okay, you feel like you've absorbed that, and give me one more second. And give me another intel check for the last quote-unquote week of this level's training.
Oof. 20.
20. Yeah, no. You try and keep your head in the game, but it ain't working so well. Give me a second intel check.
10
10.
of
Alright.
14.
After 3 full weeks of training, you will have reached the next level of fighter. Ding, ding, ding. You need another one, right?
That's 3 full weeks?
3 full weeks.
So that's 3,000 gold pieces.
You still want to continue with this trainer at this price?
Yes, I like his speed.
Yep,
So,
that's what you're paying for. And you go again.
Yep.
Intel check.
Intel check. 13. Bang on.
Bang on. Another one.
9.
9. And again.
15.
15. Alright, again, it takes about 3 more weeks, but after a grand total of 6 weeks, you've trained up your fighter to the appropriate thing. I believe that brings you to fighter 4th, does it not?
5th.
5th. Okay, so at 4th level, you gained another proficiency. If you wish to apply it, you'll need to train with that weapon.
I would like to train with that weapon, and it will
Okay.
be the scimitar.
The scimitar. You continue to try and improve yourself. Give me an intel check.
5.
5. And one more.
One more. 9.
9. Okay, after a grand total of 8 weeks, that's 2 levels and a proficiency. For 8,000 gold pieces. Cha-ching!
Yep.
Can you believe Gygax actually wanted it to be worse than this? This is generous.
Yep.
Okay. Now, at this point, Velvin, how are you training Assassin?
I will go to the house, to the guild, and ask them if they would be willing to train me and what the rates would be.
Alright, well, if you want, they have a couple dummy locks you can practice yourself. That's just part of your guild dues. You know, the 5 gold pieces or whatever a month they want. If you want an instructor, that could be anywhere from 25 to 100, maybe even more. It depends on who you ask. Higher skilled members usually are busier, but when they have time to train, they can train the newbies in, but they want to be compensated.
I would like to donate as much as 500 a week for training.
Alright, so that should get you a good... Okay, Dom, I'll cover that with you in a minute. So yeah, that should get you a pretty solid instructor, and let us begin. Give me 3 d20s. We're just going to roll them in batches now.
Okay.
Master, real quick, if I may interrupt.
Uh-huh.
Remember, we got a padlock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm donating that to the guild.
Alright, I accept the donation, and thank you. You know, something
Okay.
to have the kids break their teeth on type of deal.
That's right.
10, 11, and 17.
10, 11, 17. One more.
One more. 8.
8. Alright, so that's 4 more weeks for the next level up. We'll cover your percentages in a minute. One more. Another sequence, that is, of the 3 die 20s.
3?
Yep.
Ooh, 16, 17, 18.
Oof. Yeah, okay, give me another. Another 3, that is.
15, 15, 4.
Alright. Good news, you are paying 500 gold pieces a week, so after a total of 6 weeks for that one, That was
Wow.
6 for that, plus another 4 for that, becomes 10. So that 10 at 500 is 5,000 gold pieces. You will
Yes.
manage to finally break your teeth on that one, and yeah, just a bit of a struggle sometimes.
I ain't so rich no more, guys.
Yep.
But
Now,
I'm tough now.
you've earned 60 percentage points to spend. Do you wish to spend them?
Yes, I do.
Alright, which skills are you putting them in, and are you training said skills? Rather, I need to know what skills you want to put where.
That should be part of the leveling up, DM.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess I'll allow that, especially after that 6 weeks on one level, so yeah. Put them where you will. Fair enough.
Thank you. But no more than 15% per level on one skill, correct? Or was it 30?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get 30 each level, so yeah. Just put them where
You can put-
where you think sounds good, I guess, as long as you've trained
Okay.
with it, and reasonably they would train you if you asked, and you've spent that much money, that much time.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
And don't forget,
60.
you can go above 100, because you might try and hide in shadows with 100%, but certain events are there where you aren't aware of it, and yeah.
We're getting a lower skill, yeah.
So yeah, you're penalized, but then, oh, I have 115%, so therefore that 5% penalty only brings me to 110 type of deal. And obviously you don't know about all the penalties, so feel free to go above 100 if you want.
You always fail on a double up.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I believe at this point I've got Velvin done. I've got 18 winks for him. Dom, do you mind if I just say what you said out loud?
Damn.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm going too harsh on it. I'm trying to be fair and realistic here. Dom?
He said sure. And out
Sure.
of character.
I missed that. Alright, so Dom, you go to the Temple of Renellis during one of your days. Maybe it's the next one, maybe it's whatever. You go there. You ask if they have a temple for identifying command words. They have a couple of things. First, they'll ask, what's the item? You're showing them the quarterstaff and explaining you've had it identified once before. It's supposed to be that. What are you telling them? It would be helpful if you could speak now, but if you have to type, go ahead.
It's coming in in-game chat, I think.
Yep, I see it. Staff Spear of the 5th Order. Ooh, very impressive. Alright, so you need the command word for it, but it's not helpfully scrolled on the side of it, obviously. So, there's a couple ways of going about doing this. First, they can do it the hard way, or they can try a magical spell. The hard way, they'll just need to ask you some details about where this was gotten from, what was guarding it, that kind of thing. Are you telling them?
Yes.
Yes, okay, glad to hear your voice. Now they're going to start asking some details very quickly about that lich and the spells it used and that kind of thing, and you're being as honest and accurate as you reasonably can?
Honest and accurate as I reasonably can, because I don't know all the spells it had, but I know it used the spell about the whole destroying miasma. Well, the subduing of the miasma crystal.
You do know that, don't you?
Alright, well they are very interested in that, and they'll actually offer you a discount, for as much information as they can pump out of you on that one. And they seem disturbed by certain things. This includes also, they're going to ask for a description on the book and scroll that Ecroromede supposedly has. Now, whether you identify, yeah, my party member has it, or just we recovered it, I'm not getting into that minutia, we don't need to. Point is, they will know about that because you are telling them, correct?
Yes, I will go
Okay.
I will go into some details about that.
Alright, so they'll thank you for the information, and let's see if they can figure it out from that, because undoubtedly this figure at one point wielded this staff spear to great effect and terror, and their name might be in legends, and the temple might know said legends. No, unfortunately that wasn't enough. They try a couple things, but nothing so far. On to the spell itself. Known as Legend Lore, this spell basically allows you to talk to an extraplanar spirit, if you will, to, hey, what is this thing? And you may or may not get an answer, you may or may not be told to go, So, I don't have the spell open in front of me, but I know that they're going to work by attempt, and I know that the attempt cost is listed in the price for spell usage, which is currently... That's random language determination. Where are you? There it is. LLLLL. HIJKL. Legend lore isn't listed? What the fuck?
Which book are you in? Player's Handbook?
Dungeon Master's Guide. Out of curiosity, commune is 1,000 plus 5 per question, so legend lore would probably be similar
Oh,
to
you're
that.
going by cost. Okay.
Right here. Legend lore. Okay, I'm just going to quickly read up on it. Apologies.
Okay.
That was magic user 6th. They reasonably have cleric magic users who could do that. Commune being 5th and being similar as that. The available information about blah blah blah. The person, blah 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 blah. The product is greater and the casting time is only that. The rumors are only known. The casting time.
I'll be right back.
And since I believe that this is going to take a long time, for like time skip of like levels and all that stuff, Dungeon Master, I have 2 proficiencies. If I can find out the command word, I'd like to put one on the spear and the staff, the quarterstaff.
All right. They will explain that for the spell to work, they will need to keep it for at least a week or so to be certain. Or maybe they'll get lucky, in which case they'll send a thing to you if you'd like.
Please do. And how much would it cost for
Alright.
said ability to be done?
They're going to throw 1,000 gold pieces at an attempt, and they warn you there's just a chance of failure.
I will put down 3,000, do 2 attempts, and then contact me if both attempts failed. The 1,000 is for a tithe.
Alright, and they thank you for your very generous tithe. Alright, the first attempt will succeed. I need to figure it out, though. So the way legend lore works is fun, and I'm totally going to abuse it on you. Don't worry.
I know, it's vague, it's in riddles and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna piss me off, because I'm terrible with riddles.
Alright, give me a second here. I'm going to make this nice and easy.
Since it worked on the first attempt, could I ask them for that 1,000 gold pieces as a way of trying to decipher the riddle? Just to
Certainly.
make life easier for the both of us.
You know what? That'd be great. I was going to write up a riddle for you. Alright, they will get it to you. It is some command word. If the form to stab you seek, you should find the opposite for the word for meek. But I haven't figured out the solution to that one yet, so boom, you have the command word.
Brave.
Brave, yeah, so brave, honest, they have 3 command words to cycle it between its forms. There's the long spear, the normal spear, and the quarterstaff version. And boom. At this point, Voss, are you claiming this item? Because I believe it was up to the party's debate. Grills, you were given it on loan. I still don't know whose ownership it is.
It's still party loot.
Alright, in that case, XP cannot be doled out for it.
Hey, Dungeon Master, do you mind if, I put the 3, you said brave, honor, and
you
then
know
there
the
was
3
one
command
other.
words. They have told you them. I'm not putting you to it. I'm not smart like Grills where I can make honor and valor off the top of my head. GG on brave, by the way, Grills.
Thank you.
I just made up a
I'll
ditty in
get-
my head and ran with it.
Well, that was pretty good.
I'll find these and I'll tell you them in case you like them.
Go ahead, but save it for after sesh. So that's going to take about a week for them to do, give or take. After that, you're training for proficiency solo?
Yep.
Alright,
if I find a monk in the city.
How are you searching for a monk?
Looking for my monastery's colors.
Alright, are you going out and about searching the crowds, going to a gym and looking there? Where are you searching?
Crowds, gyms, and I don't know if these are a thing, but fight pits.
Dom, did Vasa level up?
Nope.
Oh, you're just training to get it out of the way
Yep.
preemptively.
Yep.
Getting some training
And also
and getting proficiency training. Okay, you'll get the proficiency training. You don't really know where to find any fight pits if they exist. I mean, there's that big one in the middle of the city, but right now that is not running. Okay. You'll get that done. After that, you're just going to stick by Ecroromede, or are there any other objectives you have for the time skip?
None that I can think of at the present moment.
Alright. If you think of something that you want retroactively, we can apply it. You know, this is months of time that's going to start flying by, guys, so if something happens, it happens. Ecroromede. So you've hired your laborers. We've paid half of them, or paid them half. You're getting shipments that will come in on the month, and... Yes, what are your objectives for the time skip?
Okay, first things first, I need to delay Velvin by 1 day.
Done.
Or more than a day. A couple of days, probably.
Not a problem, I'm sure.
Because Velvin, I need you to come with me on this supply run.
Of course.
So, first day off is, after the Masons. They've gotten their stuff together, and we're going to escort them out. And I'm going to let them know about the wearing of the red armband.
A couple of them seem nervous. Good on you for telling them about that before they left the city, because at this point it's like, no, I refuse to work here. Alright, walk back. Oh, give me my crystal before you do. You know?
So, yeah. So, they will be informed that...
Well, as long as whatever horrifying monsters you've paired with, you know, I don't know how you're explaining it to them, we don't need to get into that minutia, but as long as it's not fighting them, they'll be good. They'll wear the armbands.
Wear the armband whenever you're away from the keep, or if you're in doubt about the safety of your life. Right. And get the labor team out there, and the first convoy of rock. Of course, I imagine they're still working on that. And have that first supply run, which I'm just going to throw, say, 1,000 gold at.
So, you know, as far as supply runs go, I figure the keep can probably run per week off of, 50 gold pieces at most. So, I don't know. I haven't calculated a daily cost of living for your keep yet. If you throw 1,000 gold, that should keep you good for at least a month. Probably more.
Well, all right, you know what? 24 gems worth 100 gold, 10 of those. Okay. So that 24 becomes a 14.
You keep throwing money at it. I don't have to figure out numbers. We're all good.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, there's regular supply runs that you're overseeing, Ecroromede? Or...
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So,
other than that, are you going to try and do anything else at this point? Yes, Vasa, you'll be able to get those 2 proficiencies.
Yes. So I need to get the Masons and the first supply run worth tons of money or whatever out there to the keep.
All right, I'm not rolling for encounters on the way, you know. Yeah, done. Time skip time.
Knee brace. All right, go put it on the list, Mama. Okay. Yeah, we forgot that today. All right, so we make it to the keep. We got the supplies unloaded, familiarize the Masons with, and start on this back wall, damn it. Introduce them to, and let the old know, hey, these guys, there's going to be caravans of stone. Do not mess with them. You know, that kind of thing. And down to a more important matter, Velvin, come with me.
Yes, sir.
Take Velvin and go find Kassan.
All right.
Kassan, you still have both your short sword and your scimitar, correct?
Velvin's ears perk up.
Have you mastered either of them yet?
Between the trying to learn magic, taking care of the kids, the babysitter's good there, but no, she hasn't done either of those.
Okay. Well, then hand over the scimitar. You should be fine with the short sword.
She nods and hands over scimitar.
Okay. Velvin, you may find this of particularly great use in our continued journeys. This is on loan.
Of course, sir.
This scimitar is of the 3rd order.
Really,
sir? +3 scimitar. It was once wielded by a man trying to kill him.
That's quite the weapon. Thank you, sir.
I'll have to be more specific.
A blood hunter, captain of their thing, leading a band of slaves to attack. Their magic user
Now,
was an idiot, and the dungeon master didn't understand how fork lightning worked at that point, and their assault failed.
now, Velvin, I suspect that sometime in the foreseeable future, we will come across a stronger scimitar, at which time I'll allow you the quiet dignity of representing this one back to my woman, Kassan.
Yes, sir. Or perhaps by that time I might have enough money that I could purchase this one off of you. Because I do like to do 2 of these at once.
Ah, well, she'll need something of equal value.
Another weapon, you mean?
Her skill set with weapons has not been etched in stone yet.
She does say she's doing pretty good with the magic stuff, though. She's, you've got her detecting Dweemers already. She's just needs a bit more time and practice, and admittedly, things around here are not exactly conducive for a quiet learning environment.
Okay. All right. So at that point,
Especially now that there's going to be construction throughout the day, so anyone trying to train is going to have to make wisdom checks to ignore the pounding of stone and such,
I mean, behind closed doors, it's muffled, that kind of a thing.
You ever work near a construction zone?
Yes, I have.
There are no power tools. Remember that, Double M.
There's magic tools. Nah, I'm kidding. These people wouldn't.
I was like,
tools.
really? That's cool.
Someone out there has enchanted a pickaxe to detect valuable ores nearby. That's about it.
Hey, I've got a guy on hand. I think his name is Hugo. I can get him to possibly throw a silent 15-foot radius, and study can be very undisturbed with that shit.
Yeah, for about player's handbook, silence, 15-foot radius.
Turns.
I believe it's measured in rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Duration, 2 rounds per level. So, yeah, your 50th level you cast that's 100 rounds. Oh, I had another player bring up a spell idea of this spell affecting that spell, and they didn't realize that one spell had a duration measured in rounds, the other had a casting time measured in hours. You cast one, then start casting the other. The first one's worn off before you're even a quarter of the way done.
All right, so Dungeon Master, at this point in time, I'll that was the delay on Velvin, so he can.
Mm-hmm. Velvin will still get all his things as we determined.
And I need to do my training to level up.
Oh, by the way, Dom, at this point, I'm letting you bring in Hugo because the party needs a healer. You can dual character Vasa and Hugo.
You may dual wield characters.
Mm-hmm. Party needs a healer, and I'm not running another Cleric of Quintus just yet. I hope it was fun for you all.
Your offhand character will suffer a penalty of 2.
Only if you don't have a dexterity bonus.
But he's got that amazing regen, so
I need to pee again.
Go pee. I'm gonna go for a smoke.
Best cleric a party could have. Quarter troll with good regen.
I actually have to update Hugo now.
I
haven't updated him in a bit.
I can't believe I have a magical scimitar. I'm actually going to get to attack with my weapons now. Yay.
I would say something, but I'm not.
Yes, that's been there the entire time. I know.
No, it's not that. It's just the fact that you are talking to someone who now has, full ability to start playing mind games with you when we actually do finally duel.
So, let's see what we got here. Vasa, you've gotten your training done. Are you doing anything else during the time skip, like reading those books of yours?
Yes, I'm still reading the Elvish book and the Orcish book.
Orcish book, that's right.
Could I roll hit points?
Yeah, you can roll your hit points, re-roll under half.
Yeah, I'm going to do it in the bot chat here.
Dice
Starting
rolls.
the fighter. Yeah.
Team, at this point, between the staff spear that Vasa has, that's still party loot.
Oop, that's wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, D20 for hit points. Nice if you can get it. Okay. The scimitar that Velvin now has possession of, and of course my modest little sword. We should be able to hit most anything.
Yep, party's got some good to hit bonuses. I can start throwing Demon Lords at y'all again.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dungeon Master, at that point, see, I don't know how long those guys are training, how soon they're going to be back with me. But I definitely at that point need to. Yeah, I think you're rolling that one over.
Yep. Okay.
And that one.
So,
Anyhow,
Chromie, your goals for the time skip? That's gonna
My-
have to be accepted, Belvin. I'm sorry. Rip.
my first goal, depending on
Grills let Hans reroll a 5.
I will allow it. You can re-roll once, but if you get a second 5,
Okay.
that's it.
All right. 7.
Yay!
Yay.
That's fine. I'll just give 2 extra hit points to the next monster you fight.
So yeah, my goal is to train and study that book of anatomy that I got as part of my training, and
Alright.
practice my skills and level up in frogging assassin.
Alright. Ecroromede, that will take you a bit of time, obviously, but not too much. I have a thing I've had typed up since I first sold you that item. Velvin, are you reading your own book of the notes on the Dark Wars, or not so much? Since
Well,
you're
I would
training so
in
much.
any spare time I had after training in the evening when I went back to my room, I would read a bit before I went to bed for sure.
Fuck it. Okay.
I'm not going to rush you to give me any information though.
Oh,
Whenever
don't
you get
worry.
a chance.
I've had this typed up for a bit. Gina of Arc there. Boop. Done.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Alright, so Chromate, other than the standard stuff you'll need, you'll catch some interesting tidbits in that book of yours.
Okay. Really? Let me see.
Brave, fearless, daring. Good. Make sure you denote what length you have it in. Oh, Velvin, you poor fool. Velvin. Velvin. Oh, my man. Hey!
Nice.
Huh. Okay.
Do with that as you will, Ecromade.
Yeah, I'm personally trying to remember where the appendix is located.
Honestly, I forget where either. Point is, give me a second. Said thing does not correlate to any of that.
Oh.
The Dungeon
Alright.
Master is giggling behind the scenes. So, okay. Vasa, training proficiencies, and then I have chilling out with meat or going on supply runs. Velvin, training, reading your book, and then going back to keep once that's done. Ecroromede, ensuring that supplies are good, going on routine supply runs, training for your thing. You're just going to take some time. I'm just going to... You're good, you're going
If I can
solo.
pawn off the supply runs to the others, I will gladly do so.
That may or may not work, we'll see. Point is, party's looking at a time skip. Alright, anyone want to do anything before I start advancing time?
Reading the Elvish book,
Yeah, no,
reading the Orcish book, and getting me to help me with Orcish.
Alright.
If you will allow.
Alright, so, Vasa, you're prioritizing the Elvish book first? You feel like you're pretty close to done with that.
Yes, I am prioritizing the Elvish book first.
Vasa, congratulations, you can throw Elvish as a language you get on your thing. Now, you'll be able to read and write it fine. Speaking it, you might speak with a slight accent, but you should be able to understand if it's spoken. Obviously, you were never taught by a native speaker, so it's like learning a language out of a book, but you're smart, you can figure it out. Orcish, between me tutoring you at points and such, you should get a decent grasp of, but you don't have it yet. Okay, anything else anyone needs before I start crunching time?
Crunch some time so I can find out how much for my advancement.
Time skip. Okay, so we started on day 220 essentially for the time skip. So the total thing there was 2 years, 5 months for that construction. I need to undo that. That's 24 plus 5, that's 29 in months. Fuck me. I'm gonna have to do conversions again. Ugh. Let's see. This was a time skip of 18 of those.
Yeah.
Divided by
Total
4.
18 weeks for me.
So I'm just gonna do 4.5 there.
Shit, I never adjusted.
Velvin just became really badass, though. Yep.
Okay, and the start date for that was Y5456. End date Y5459, undoubtedly. Day would be, it's another 5 months on that. Let's see, you're at 20, goes to 30, 60. 3 months would be 90, would become 310. 340 would be 4 months. 2 years. Okay, I know what day Mead's Keep construction will be completed, and I know where it's at now.
Okay.
So, that being said and done, the party is time skipping for approximately 18 weeks if my math is correct here.
How much is my time skip?
Yeah, Ecroromede, your time skip should be about 4 weeks, give or take.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have more to do.
Yes, he has 14 weeks to spend on other things while I'm training.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Can't
Ecroromede.
wait.
All right, so I can record truthfully 9th level assassin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 10:15. I'm not going to bother with percentages.
Vasa, likewise, you're technically open, but you're just planning on training, doing supply runs and stuff, right? There's nothing else you want to get done this thing. You're also working on the languages. That's still ongoing at this time. But Mead, I know, has...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Training, doing supply runs, working on the languages, and also I'd like to try and officially find out if I am allowed to wear my monk's colors in public.
How do you intend on doing that?
Going to gyms and I don't know what these would be called, but again, fighting rinks, basically.
Oh, there's an underground fighting ring thing. Reasonably, at some point or another, you'll find someone. Are you paying any money to locate these underground rings?
500 gold pieces.
Alright, so in various bribes and so forth, mark that off by the way, you will eventually be directed. Rinvera does have a thriving underground fighting ring that does fights throughout the years, except during 1 week of the year when the main fights are going on because they don't need the competition. And yeah, you may occasionally spot monks of one order or another. They may spot you. Many will probably dislike you because of your alignment. Some will be neutral towards you, and some will actually like you. However, you've reached the point where there is maybe 24 people on the planet that are stronger than you or as strong as you in terms of authority, so some of them are asking you that question. No one seems to know.
Okay, that's gonna be on the list of objectives to do then.
Alright, Dom, do you want the straight answer? Yeah, you can wear it. You're good.
Okay. Again, I know that Bros and
Mhm.
Gina probably didn't want this, but I would have 100% like went to my temple where, assuming there's higher ups than me, I'd ask them, hey, we allowed to wear our colors now in public? Or
Pretty
are
much, yeah.
we
Now, with
like
how crazy the world is, the Order of Monks reappearing is barely a blip on the radar.
for now?
So, Ecroromede, you have 14 weeks of time skip, potentially more you wish to accomplish with. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what I want to do.
Spell research.
Spell research.
Alright, so describe your process here. What? You live about a day's travel from the city, so acquiring research materials by Jazeel, we ride to the city, and then, okay,
Yes.
Xavier, I need research materials, and he directs you in the right place, and you ride back at the end of the day, is possible.
Yes. Now, let's see. The spell that I'm going for,
Let
as
me
you
look
know,
at brainstorming spell. Expanded ME spell slots, Primarch, spell research, haha. Okay, let me go grab my handy dandy formulas.
Let me make sure that Hugo's all updated.
Okay. Okay, time.
So it comes down to money, Dungeon Master.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the cost for setting up my own, quote, lab,
Yeah.
how much?
Oh, you want to know that?
Yeah.
Alright, I have it going by spell level. So, like, the first...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either I have to work and do my research in an environment which is conducive to such, or set up my own.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to charge me for setting up my own?
To acquire all the materials to set up your lab, and you're also going to spend a little bit more probably on insulation because they are doing construction. Anyways, I crunched the numbers. I went generous. I looked at it twice and then thrice and then looked at it again the next day. I have determined it costs 10,000 gold pieces per level to guarantee laboratory conditions.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah. Now, you can still do it at the non-lab conditions rate, and all the extra money you funnel towards it, that counts. That counts towards it. Now, I can't speak for what you did on Coal Hole here, so you've invented spells. You probably did it without laboratory stuff, so you might have a bunch of stuff already done.
Well, I've got a bunch of materials.
Mhm.
All right. So, Dungeon Master, I am going to throw and of course I'll have to have supply runs. Can the supply runs be made and considered as part of the research time? Or at least not setting me back to ground zero?
It won't set you to ground zero, but yeah, it's an interruption. Really, you shouldn't be able to do that.
What if
But
I
I'm
could
gonna be
send
nice here.
Vasa or Velvin's out, because he's got that huge
Reasonably,
axe.
you'll send Vasa, Velvin, you've got some hired help, you've got orcs.
Okay.
Like, I should slap you for this more, but I'm not going to. You'll figure something out. Hugo! Yes, Hugo. He's not a monster, probably.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm not full troll, only half troll.
You're saying, Grills?
I've got other ways of getting to town and back within exactly more or less 24 hours. Real
I mean,
quick.
hell, you can just go on Chazeel back and forth, but, realistically, spell
Okay.
invention's a delicate process. You can't have interruptions. Interruptions should spoil the whole thing, Gaiax says, but I'll be nice and just put it on pause. You have perfect memory, you've got high intel, you're good.
2,000 gold pieces a week.
2,000 a week, okay. What spell are you trying to invent?
Entangle rope.
Entangle rope. Okay, let me look for that. Entangle rope.
And here's where I gotta start crunching the money out. Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where it's gonna hurt. Okay, Grills, I just messaged it to you. Make sure this is the right thing before I start running it for it.
So you're allowing him to do the research under conditions of borrowed lab, basically?
Well, he's
For
not
2,000
borrowing
a week?
anyone's lab. He hasn't gone to the Temple of Renellis and
Okay,
asked to use
yeah.
their equipment.
But
He
I'm
doesn't have a
building my
full
own
lab.
lab in the process and paying higher than normal rates for it.
I get it.
So you're throwing 2,000 a week at Entangle rope.
BSM. Okay.
Alright.
So far. Duration, area of effect. I just had special for area of effect rope.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's still there.
rope. Okay, explanation. That is the spell.
Yep, okay. I know whether or not that can succeed. Now let's see if it does. You're throwing 2,000 a week. The time is a valuable of that, so that's...
That's gonna hurt.
And you're
That's
4
gonna
out of
hurt.
18. Yeah, it is. Okay, you ready to start crunching numbers?
Okay. First week,
All right, hold on. I need to quickly figure that out because that's there.
and I know you don't get jack shit in the first week.
Yeah, no, so first week marked down.
That's Ricky Ticky.
Yep. And second week, marked down.
Okay. Third week.
Down, oof.
Fourth week.
And again, no.
Fifth week.
Week 5 is nil.
Week 6.
Alright, here we go. Spoiler alert, this is actually the only first real check. It's 1 week per level of the spell plus 1 week for the variable. And now we can start checking. Nope on week 6. Probability increases by that much. Yes! Ecroromede. 5,000 XP for inventing the 5th level spell, Entangle Rope.
5,000 XP. And that goes all to magic user. Guys.
Yep.
Obviously.
Okay, so I gotta mark off 14,000 gold.
Yeah, so that was 7 weeks at 2,000 gold per thing.
And I've still got 5 of those gems left.
Oh, my bad. I forgot to add in the variable. Rip. Oh, well. You got lucky. Super lucky, honestly. So that's 10 times normally becomes that. So I'm reducing that to allow for costs there. Exceptional things times 7 equals calc.
Oh, yeah.
Ecroromede, you now can manufacture first level spells as if you had a laboratory, with the expenditure done.
Nice.
Make note of that, and yeah.
Okay, I have to add this to my spell book, of course, because...
Yep, you'll need 5 pages and so on and so forth, but with read and write, you should be able to. Okay.
Aren't you excited, Double M, to deal with the entangle rope again?
Uh-huh. It's gonna be fun.
And yes, Dungeon Master, I do have that 50 foot of fine rope on my person.
Duly noted. Now, to make sure we're clear here, you're going to cast the spell. You'll have to command it, say the verbal component to the spell, and send it forth. It takes a segment to unfurl, a segment to close. So the grand total of 3 segments once again. As opposed to saying the command word, you're casting the spell, though, and it has the somatic components to it as well. So if your hands were tied, but you were still holding the rope of entanglement, the item itself, you could do that. For entangle rope, you have to be able to move around. And like I said earlier, somatic components, you can't be lying prone or even crouched down. You got to be standing upright. Reasonably, it's a full body movement thing. Unless it's something like point your finger, that's the somatics. Unless it specifies that.
You know what? I could debate that with you, but I'm not going to do it right now because we're in session.
Yeah, session's heading on out. We can feel that. All right, this puts you on week 11 of 18 for Velvin. So if you want to try and invent something else...
No, Dungeon Master. I think...
You still got a ton of money left.
No, I don't.
He threw 20,000 at the keep and like another 10,000 at this. He's probably closer to broke than he's been in a while.
Me and him calculated his gold a few weeks ago. He had over 77,000 a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, but I've just dropped like
40 grand?
34 grand. Like that.
Now, Grills, I did fuck up majorly on the math there. So the base is 2,000 per level. It's supposed to be plus another 1d4,000 per level per week.
No, that should be 1d400.
That's with laboratory conditions, unless I'm mistaken. I'll have to double check, but I thought it was...
Double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's without laboratory conditions, and I was already exceeding the base by like 200.
I'll have to double check. Again, we will cover this later, because I can finally share the math now that you've done it once. It's like, okay, here's the numbers.
Okay, the base numbers I should have been throwing would have been 1,000 plus 1 to 400, and I was going the full 2,000. Anyhow, yes, we'll cover it later. I might have gotten in shorter time considering the... Anyhow, later. All right, so Dungeon Master, yes, another... God damn it, do you know how rich he is now? Do y'all realize how much I could... I'm not going to. I could sell copies of that spell for.
Oh yeah, had you asked to use the Temple of Vernellis, in addition to paying the entry fee, so to speak, you could create that spell there, they would demand, possibly even Gaius if they don't trust you, and they might, a copy of that spell
copy.
upon completion. That's
No,
their
fuck
deal. But they have a very nice laboratory. You could create 6th level spells there.
No, I can't. I'm not high enough level.
Well, no, the thing is that's the level it works at. And of course, at their main temple in their holy city, 9th level spells may be manufactured there. Good times. I think you're right, actually, about the cost. Yeah, that's nicer than I thought. I probably screwed out Vi. Oh no, anyways. Vi invented like 3 lower level spells. But again, this all comes down to later. At the end of the day, I still charged you like 10,000 gold pieces to make a 5th level spell. Yeah, I can live with that. The rope is back.
He's so happy. And the dungeon master cried.
I'm happy. They are tears of joy. Frustration is going to be eminent too, but tears of joy, people.
Okay, then dungeon master. I will, for the rest of the time skip, I will,
Play daddy?
play daddy, play husband, oversee lightly. I'm not going to be that homeowner that hovers over the workmen, but
Thank
I'll check
Jesus.
in with them like the master
Yep.
mason once a day. How does it come? I'm not going to look at the work. I might walk through there, but when I talk to him, it's going to be like at dinner or something. How goes the work?
Yeah,
You
typically they're good. Occasionally he'll mention, okay, we had a bit of a problem with this, that. The stonework here is kind of old, and we had to actually knock that out to build it back up so it would support right. He knows what he's doing, though. His guys are good. It's standard stuff. I'm not rolling details on this.
Master Mason, I trust into your skills as you have seen mine, or some of them at least, in the area. I will trust to your mastery, and you trust to mine. And good, keep me appraised. And yeah, so I'm not going to be a pain in the ass helicopter guy. And
Okay. Now, you all started on day 220, did you not? Yeah.
Yep.
And yes, I will make liaison with the orcs like once a week. Same with the Aranea. See how they're doing. If either faction need anything specific that I can add to my grocery cart list. And when I make the supply runs from there out once a week or so, checking on the business thing. And of course, my partner in crime, or in not crime, has left me a message. Oh yeah, we sold those to the city. They're improving their sewer system. Blah blah blah. Okay, good deal.
Yep.
And he's not needing my help with anything. And yeah, occasionally here and there, add a little bit more on for stuff and things that either the orcs or the Aranea require. Play with the babies, and basically at this point, I'm just going through early retirement, semi-retirement, while I wait for my companions to get their shit together.
All right.
And now I need to go pee and stretch my knees. I'll be back in 2. Sorry, guys.
Really good.
We have something fun to do. My favorite part, actually, of most sessions when he gets back. Okay, let's do a D2 morning and D12.
What day are we on?
We're gonna get there. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so that
No
will
problem.
be 10, 10:30, 10:30. Good times. So yeah, the party is going to be time skipping for a bit, obviously. Velvin, Voss, I've handled you. There's just one more thing with Mead, and then I think we'll be ready to maybe call a slightly early end session. We'll see. 18 weeks. Xavier's research is going to require a bit more time than that, but I can toss in a Legends and Lore.
Yes, and all this time we've been sitting on those books and those robes and that amulet. And each day, at the end of every day, I pull my picture out and look at it.
You're going to
Before I
wear
go to
that thing
sleep.
out, dude.
I'm being gentle. I have a scroll case for it.
Alright, I know. Anyways, so, Ecroromede.
Yes.
It will be day 320. The time skip is nearly over for what that's worth. And Kassan wakes up that day. You know, at this point she's big and bloated from pregnancy. You've got Hugo on standby most likely at this point because baby's due any day now. And she's helping to make lunch, and suddenly she stops and is like, "Oh, baby's coming." And yeah, the midwife's there. You know, you've been anticipating this day, and details. Roll a detail.
A D2. 2.
I'm who the child is.
Ecroromede, you have fathered a beautiful baby girl.
Okay, so this is
Child number 4.
Child number
9.
4.
Oops. 3. 9 plus 3 is 12. 50-50 shot. Upper means yes, lower means no. Yes. It is a Tusker! Yay!
A Tusker. 3 out of 4 Tuskers.
Yep. So on day
Okay.
320 of the year 5456 at 10:30 in the morning, Kassan gives birth to another child with tusks.
Okay.
And that child's name will be something.
Hold on. I had
Okay.
something wrote down.
Delnar is also a Tusker, isn't he? As well as Kyla, if I'm recalling correctly.
Okay, Graf is a Tusker. Kyla is a Tusker. Delnar is not a Tusker.
That's right.
Do you have the birth dates for the others?
I do.
What are they?
Give me a second. Do you have a name for this one?
I have one somewhere, and I can't
Alright.
find it.
We'll figure it out later. So, Mead, your official Denalia birthday is day 47. Kassan's birthday. Do you want me to send this to you, actually?
Yeah, that'd be easier, because then I can scribe it down later instead of...
So I've got your whole family here that I'm keeping track of, and hey, I can offload that to you now. Obviously you and Kasana didn't bother putting the year, but for the, that's right, I did military time, and I did AM and PM because I'm that smart. Delnor, I never wrote down what time he was born, likewise Graf was already born, I just crunched his number to be roughly there.
Okay, but this is a Tusker, and this is a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And yeah, I just did a 3-6 for her eventual comeliness. Should she end up becoming a player character, they could change that potentially.
You know what? I think the name I had in mind was male, but I have a good name.
Go ahead.
For Shella.
Shella. That's S-H-E-L-A.
S-H-E-L-L-A.
Shella. Yes, a beautiful baby girl, Shella, is born. Congratulations, Ecroromede. I should award XP for fun, but fuck it, 100 XP.
Okay.
Put it wherever the hell you want.
Not to be confused with Sheila of a different world.
Hey, congratulations, buddy.
Huh?
They probably wouldn't agree on too much.
Okay. 4 children. Yes. I might
breed
die
your
of
own
old age.
damn army. Speaking of which, are you continuing breeding your own damn army at this point?
Well,
Do it.
Kassan's starting to show a little wear and tear.
if it happens, it happens. I mean...
Alright, rolling dice. Hey, Ecroromede, you stud. God damn it. No, I'm figuring that out later. I am not keeping track of this as well now. You've had 4. You've had enough. At some point I have to roll to just see if Kassan can do kids anymore.
She's an orc. They can breed hundreds.
Not hundreds. Dozens? Yeah.
Oh, I guess she's only a half orc. Yeah.
Mhm.
She was a purebred.
Yeah, Velvin.
That
So yeah,
wasn't
that being
Belvin?
said,
That was
year
Gina.
5,547 passes around. Things may or may not have happened that the party's too far in the future, because you all do still live in the same world as the North Party, and the North Party might destroy the world by accident or do some shit, but assuming they don't, New Year's passes, and it is now year 5,547, day 4. You know, there may or may not have been the equivalent of fireworks. Obviously, they didn't have gunpowder, but people do tend to celebrate the New Year's Day. GG Party survived another year on this world. Most of it was time skipped, but GG. Hey, that Shadow Dragon would have tried to murder you all if it thought it could get away with it, but it was younger and smaller.
All right, so Dungeon Master, is it safe to conclude by this time that everyone in the party is fully healed and has 2 or more stone skins?
I will allow that. If you had more, that's good, but yeah, that should be good.
Thank you, Dungeon
So,
Master.
I may mark up 2 stone skins on both Hugo and Vasa.
That is allowed.
And Dungeon Master, for the record, I'll make sure that my Mason crew, since I've had so much time, that I've put at least, hey, would you like a little sorcerer's protection?
I'll have to roll to see who accepts, who declines, and so forth. Yes, you'll be able to get a chance to put one on each of them. You
One
gotta
on
play
each.
your alignment, man.
But you'll eventually, they'll just whack their thumb with their hammer and it'll jump off.
That
could
might also
happen.
be a thing, too. I'll have to roll a percentile, basically, to determine did the person accept it and has it been removed. I'll figure out a percent chance, and over time it slowly dwindles that at some point they stub their toe.
Yeah, sooner or later they're going to use it, but they may or may not have it if the keep comes under attack after such point I put it on them.
Now,
I must
Chromie,
say-
during your forays into the Rinvera to get stuff and, you know, staying the night at the Drunken Fighter or picking up rumors, yeah. For one thing, something that has continued to go around every now and again is that it's quiet as far as the Blood Hunters go, because I know you were paying attention to them. Might have even asked about it. They've vanished. The most notorious robbing gang bandit camp seems too small to describe it. They were organized and they were everywhere, and they just up and disappeared one day, and no one knows what the hell happened.
Okay, then during that time, I'll try contacting, it's not the Gleaming Circle, the Dragons.
The Dragon Slayers, yes.
Yeah, and see if they know what happened.
Can't you also scry on Felix and fuck with
I have
Locust?
not trying that just yet, but I will try getting a hold of the Dragon Slayers and see if they know what happened.
Alright, so, as you all know from a certain Legends and Lore entry, right about the time the party was headed on back, the Dragon Slayers were investigating a certain mountain dungeon. Well, fortress. They will report honestly and accurately that they found it guarded but empty, except for a certain scroll with a symbol on it, and they don't recall it perfectly at the time, whichever one you communicate with. They brought it over to the the royal court, and the king ordered that, it be investigated thoroughly, but they haven't heard anything about it since. Since then, they went off and adventured, eliminated some large tribe of trolls to the north, and yeah, nothing of note beyond that.
Okay, then I thank them for their efforts and their information, and I wish them well on their continued success.
I hope to see you at the tournament. Maybe they can fight you this time. No, they don't wish that.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Well, Red would be down for the challenge. Dude's pretty adept at fighting, and he doesn't mind fighting. But yeah, it's already a half year between now and the tournament, and the party might actually not time skip through all of it. You all realize you're more than a year ahead of the North Party now? Oh, goddamn, I'm gonna have such a headache reconciling timelines if they do something that affects you all.
Double M, can you pin that thing?
Which thing?
The last thing you sent me.
Oh.
We
Pin
open a
message.
space-time continuum in the Northern Party.
No.
It's probably.
No, I'm just
probably
gonna
more
split it into
likely.
separate timelines is the easiest method.
Yep.
Well, look, you know what? They're probably going to need to do a time skip at some point, too. They might catch up.
Yeah, maybe.
That or Double M. The real trick is keeping track of where we were on any given time. That way, if they come by and they're looking for us and I'm on a supply run, oh, he wasn't there.
Anyhow, moving
Now,
on
Double M,
forward.
tell me something else. Here's
Mhm.
something else. During the time skip, how long did I have after I finished my spell research before the rest of the party was caught up?
Let me look at my notes. About 7 weeks according to this, if you wanted to try for something else.
No, I want to make sure that I'm helping Kassan with her
Alright.
studies.
In that case, Kassan, you've got 7 weeks of an expert instructor for free? Kassan, I don't remember if I ever determined your intel. Or actually, that's right, you handed her to me. She has a character sheet. One moment, please.
I can tell you faster than you can find it, I bet.
I already found it.
15.
Yep.
You call it free, Double M, but he's using her like a freaking breeding sow.
Alright, she doesn't have a con bonus. Ecroromede, at this point, you may record Kassan as a first-level magic user. 0 level fighter. She is
Wow.
at 0 XP for magic user, and still at a negative value for fighter. Her hit points will remain at 4 since she does not have a constitution bonus. But yes!
Oh,
Now you can teach her magic missile.
no, at this point, she knows magic missile.
So yeah,
Well-
at this point, she'll have a chance at whatever spells you opt to give her. We will cover that later. You will come up with a list of spells, you have her intel, so we'll figure out what she gets, what she has available, and boom, she can do spells. She can do cantrips, yeah, probably, sometime in week 14 of that 18, she's like, Mead, look! And she begins twiddling her fingers, and green sparks, and a fly glows slightly yellow for a second, and she uses a glowing cantrip. I can do it! It's that happy moment there, and later on you get her to zap it with a bolt of green energy, the fly.
Okay, yes, her spell list is going to be very tightly controlled. Not going to bog her down with shit like grease or old portal or hypnotism or no.
Well, you know her intel, you know her limits, and I give you this power of not quite meta as a Ecroromede, but as Grill's helping me out here. We'll figure out what spells she gets, we'll roll for them, and we'll see what she gets.
Yes, we will.
When will Grills? When will you get to roll for the entangle rope?
Nope, once you invent a spell, it's an auto learn. That you invented that shit.
Oh, because you were so deep into it. Yeah, in order to
I
know
know
that it
the
worked.
spell. I made the
How
spell.
could you invent something without knowing it, really?
Yeah,
It'd be
you had
such
to
a
attempt
freak
it so
accident.
many times. So many attempts made that you finally figured it out, so you know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, here is a fun thing, though. I've got 30% to add on to my skills.
Yep. And yeah, Mead, you've trained a lot of them pretty frequently, so as long as it's not something like info gathering, I think we're good.
Yeah, or disguise. So I think Dungeon Master, just for the sake of, that's going to be 15% onto tracking.
Good, you've done plenty of that.
And 15 onto climb walls.
Climb walls, you've got to keep. You can practice with that fairly easily. You've got stone skins and things like that, so I'll allow you to have trained during some time and do that, and Kassan should still get her first level mage equivalent. Now, fair warning, you're gonna have to get her XP if you want her to level up. Technically she's an NPC, and NPCs can level up just by studying long enough. But
Yes.
since she's a quasi, she's a not a henchman, not a hireling. She's a player character NPC. I get to be mean.
Actually, Dungeon Master, something I've used more than climb walls.
Open locks.
Yep. Traps.
FSRT. Done. All right.
$65.
Now, I want to say, party, at some point or another during this time skip, I don't know the day yet. I'm waiting on something else that I still need to math out. I dug myself into a big hole, guys. Red light. There comes a day when all across Denalia, black storm clouds gather, and tension seems to build in the air. Some people ignore the bad omens, others take shelter for the day. And at some point during that day, black red lightning strikes across Denalia for like a solid minute. The storm clouds clear thereafter. Rumors will state that those who were struck by the bolts of red lightning were slain. Their corpses seem to have been drained of all traces of blood, and yes, they're not sure what the hell that was. There may or may not be more rumors and gossip. It shall be figured out at some point or another. And at this point, the Mead campaign is so far removed from that legends.
And none of us were struck by said lightning?
You all were inside.
I would have lived.
You would have gotten a saving throw, yeah.
No, knowing Grills, well,
20.
knowing Mead, the gods would have been like, nah, he's not getting hit. Or if he is, he's just gonna be brought down to 1 HP.
Now, party, normally I've been trying to keep the legends and lore from the Denalia channel and here consistent, but y'all are so far apart now, and it's like, yeah. So, as I'm planning to end session 10 minutes early, I post the first ever Legends and lore on this Discord on the channel I've just made. Boop.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, that's a lot.
I have stuff queued up for a while. Seriously, I actually have a problem.
Oh, I was right, damn it.
What's right?
From the way... Oh, okay.
You have me confused, and I'm the dungeon master. What the hell are you talking about?
I had said that, like, I've been saying that these scrolls are going to lead to some, like, dark fucking bullshit. And it seems like my theory is becoming correct.
Maybe. Okay, Mead.
Oh, hey,
Half-orc.
you are...
Vasa.
So me,
Saturn.
I would like to spend more time trying to convince you to allow me to wear that
Velvin.
amulet.
Velvin is a drow. And Jaziel is a nightmare. I'm just writing down what each person's race is. Okay. Fourth child reminder, done. My reminders note is clear.
In the night sky.
So I added 30% to my open locks dungeon master,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and 15 each to move and hides.
Hide in shadows.
Yes.
Now, Vasa,
And-
the scrolls
yeah.
that Xavier's pouring over in the Legends and Lore, those are the scrolls that you recovered from the Courage Challenge dungeon, not from the evil cleric lich.
Okay.
No comment on whether or not that caused the Black Lightning. And yeah, this is good,
And,
closing this, and killing recording.